Can you hear us? On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins, Athletics Director Wayne Stellick, the staff, the students, and the alumni of the Springdale Public Schools, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Springdale, Arkansas for tonight's presentation of Springdale Public Schools football here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Zach Arns, Derek Oxford here in the broadcast position. We are just about 1 hour before kickoff here between the crosstown battle between the Har-Ber Wildcats and the Springdale Bulldogs. And Derek, there's a lot to talk about in this game. A lot of side stories that go into a crosstown rivalry game. But let's start with the rivalry itself. Har-Ber comes in 3-1. Springdale coming off their first victory of the season, 1-3. You've had experience in rivalries, big rivalries here in the 7A West. How's this one compare with some of the big ones?
Well, I mean, it's a relatively new rivalry compared to ones like North Side and South Side, and Fayetteville and Springdale had a very epic rivalry for years and years. Rogers and Bentonville had a rivalry for a long time, and now that all those school districts are either split or are in the process of splitting, this one is the oldest in terms of the inner city rivalries in Northwest Arkansas. Har-Ber leads the all-time series 8-1. Springdale won the first meeting back in 2006, the first year Har-Ber played varsity football. But since then, it's been pretty much all Har-Ber in the rivalry series, and so Springdale's looking to try to get another win in this series. And but Har-Ber's like, hey, we've been top dogs in this thing for a while, and we want to keep that up.
Let's talk about Har-Ber. Opened their season with a loss to nationally ranked Webb City, Missouri team, then have reeled off 3 straight wins, really in impressive fashion. Last week opened up 7A conference play against the Rogers Bounties, a 35-10 victory. But if you watch the tape, not exactly their crispest, if that's a word, performance. Wasn't their best performance. They had some errors in the kicking game, had some turnovers, but nothing gets your attention like your crosstown rival.
Right, and Har-Ber's going to come into this game a lot more motivated, a lot more focused. They're going to want to come out and play in front of these, home fans. And it's going to be a festive atmosphere. I mean, we can already tell. I mean, we're here an hour before kick, and people are already filling in. So it's going to be a fun night of football here in Springdale.
The Springdale Bulldogs ended a 16-game losing streak last week, beating Rogers Heritage 29-26, and you and I were down on the field afterwards. The best way to describe the atmosphere down there was pandemonium. A lot of pent-up emotions released in that football game. Springdale comes in relatively healthy tonight. We're going to talk about some changes in the starting lineup, but how much of a bounce do the Bulldogs get winning last week and then coming back down to earth real fast to see their crosstown rivals?
Oh, it's quite a bounce. I mean, they're gonna come into this game thinking that they can win. They hadn't won in 16 tries before last Friday night, and they finally got off that schneid. Here they are coming in. If you can't get motivated to play Har-Ber, you're not going to get motivated against anybody. And so they're going to come out wanting to prove a point. This is only their second game, in the new stadium since it's been renovated. They played well 2 weeks ago in that home opener against Bixby, but Bixby just had a little too much firepower on offense. Har-Ber's a good team, and I don't know if they're as good as Bixby, but they're pretty close. It's going to be a similar game to that, and if Springdale can take the things they did well in that game and then limit the mistakes they made in that game, it should be a 4-quarter game.
Big story of the game tonight are the quarterbacks. We've got 2 of the top passers in the conference, along with Taylor Powell down at Fayetteville. Let's start with the big story, which is Fuller Chandler returning to Springdale High School after transferring over to Har-Ber. Third in the conference in passing, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, about 937 yards on the year, completing 69% of his passes.
Yep, Chandler, he's a very talented quarterback. He can make all the throws. Chris Wood has said that numerous times throughout the year, and they're going to get their they're going to have Fuller Chandler out there. He's going to be ready to go. He's going to be very motivated in this game. Playing his old teammates. He's going to want to kind of send a message, I think, early. With and he's got a lot of talent around him. Trey Smith. Guys that he can get the ball to in space, and with him, it's really going to be can he fight those nerves that he's going to have playing his old guys.
On the other side is another transfer from Fayetteville. That's Jack Lindsay. He'll be the quarterback of the Bulldogs tonight, second in the conference in passing, over 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception, completing about 62% of his passes. Jack is one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league. He's taken some shots, gotten back up, and keeps throwing. Jack against this defense, it's been a tough Har-Ber pass defense.
Yeah. Har-Ber gets a lot of pressure on the QB. They only have a 3-man front, but they bring pressure. And Jack's had to face pressure this year. Greenwood, Alma, Bixby, and then Heritage. They all have pretty solid defensive lines. Probably Heritage being the weakest, but Jack's nothing Har-Ber's going to do is going to throw at him. It's going to phase Jack. I mean, Jack's going to be ready to go. He's going to want to play well in this game. I'm pretty sure that him and Fuller Chandler went to junior high together at Woodland, so that they know each other. They're very familiar with each other. Jack's going to come in with a lot of confidence, and he's got a couple of good guys for him to get the ball to, and Kyler Williams and Hunter Necessary.
Kyler Williams leading the world in receiving thus far, so far in 2015. So a little different format tonight. Derek and I will be handling play-by-play in color for both sides tonight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to send it to the Wildcat Sports Network for their pregame show. We'll be back on the other side and pick it up with the Bulldog Sports Network's pregame show. So until then, you're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Good evening and welcome to the Wildcat Sports Network. I'm Donald Tucker, the voice of the Wildcats. We're taking on crosstown rival Springdale tonight, and we are bringing in a very special guest to give us their take on tonight's game. Plus, we will recap last Friday night and bring in Coach Wood to talk about the keys to success. Today is October 2nd, 2015, and Wildcat Sports Network starts now. Last Friday night was not only a game to set the conference play, but it was homecoming, a 100-year-old tradition that few really know the true meaning to. Ashlyn Brothers was on the field, and here is her story.
Friday night, the anticipation. 6 maids, but only 1 queen. Homecoming has arrived. However, what does it really mean? I took a personal interest in the story, and here's what the fans have to say about it.
I believe homecoming brings every culture of the school together as like band, choir, and any other sports. For example, we use football a lot at our school, and bringing in like football, choir, and band, and lighthouse, and all of them brings it together and it makes it more fun.
The celebration of homecoming dates back over 100 years. And with the 100th year anniversary, this homecoming means something more than just a football game.
Homecoming to me is basically, it's like the perfect opportunity for the student body to just come together and remember why we love Har-Ber and why we love this school. It's so fun to kind of revitalize our school spirit and just enjoy Har-Ber.
100 years of tradition and celebration means honoring those that exemplify the true meaning of Har-Ber and represent its pride and excellence.
To be nominated for homecoming court and then be coronated the queen, it's a really awesome experience. I didn't expect to even be nominated, but to be crowned the queen, it's just really a cool feeling, and to know that people actually would vote for me.
We welcome back alumni as new traditions are set and memories are made. Congratulations to Emily Carpenter. It was a hard-fought battle for both teams, but Har-Ber takes away with yet another win. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
Thanks, Ashlyn, and congratulations to Emily Carpenter, our 2015 homecoming queen. We also want to thank our alumni for coming out and continuing their support for the Wildcats. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, Coach Wood will break down the last Friday night. Stay tuned.
We came to Har-Ber Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Har-Ber.
Har-Ber Bank. Our customers say it best.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks with all white meat and lots of protein. They're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back. Here with us now is Coach Wood. Coach, let's talk a little bit about last Friday night. After watching film, what are some of the things that you were happy with, and what are some of the things that you thought we needed to focus on this week?
Well, I mean, I can go back, and once you get into the film and look at it, I was pleased offensively with us. We scored on 5 of the 8 possessions. We really didn't have much time of possession, but we were effective when we had the ball. I mean, we had the series right before half, which would have been a little bit cleaner. Second series of the second half, we had pretty much a 3 and out on that, and then we had, of course, the turnover going into the red zone. But overall, to be able to score on 5 of 8 possessions is not a bad job. Defensively, I thought we played pretty good. We ran to the ball, tackled well. They did have the drive in the second half, really ate up time. And that's more of an alignment deal. Defense staff fixed that at halftime, and really that didn't cause us any problems in the second half. So overall, first week of conference play, I was pleased with our guys.
Let's take you back a little bit to Friday night. The game against Rogers. Luke Hannon, we're on the 2-yard line. Luke fumbles the ball. Rogers recovers it. The next offensive possession, you're right back with Luke Hannon. You didn't shy away from it. You went right back to him play after play to drive downfield. What's your thought process there?
Well, I mean, things happen. I mean, these are high school kids. I mean, they're not getting paid to do this or anything. They play it because they love the game. And in the course of that, you're going to have ups and downs, and the kids are going to make mistakes. I trust Luke. I trust all those kids that play for us. They don't intend to fumble. They don't intend to hold or have penalties. They're just playing as hard as they can. And you know what? The corner came in from the backside and knocked the ball out. It's one of those deals where we preach ball security, and they made the play on that, and we didn't come up with it on the positive end. But we were pretty resilient after that. And, Luke's a kid. He rushed 1,400 yards as a junior. He's a leader on our team. We're always going to give him the football.
All right. I know it's hard to go back to your previous teams, but how does this team compare to some of the teams that took you to Little Rock to fight for the title?
Well, I mean, each team is uniquely different, and I think overall this team, there's past teams we might have had better offensive units or better defensive units, but I think this group as a whole, I think we've got a little bit of everything. I do think we've got to get better at special teams. That's an area that's kind of plagued us all year, but from an offense and defense, being able to work together, playing situational football, it's a pretty good group, but you never really like to compare previous groups because each one's uniquely different. Who you're playing is different, the skill set of those other teams, and that's what makes every year so unique at the high school level is because it's a revolving door with the talent, schemes, and what everybody's doing. But this is a pretty good old ball club.
Okay. All right, Coach, thanks for being here. Let's take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to have a very special guest from across town give us the insight on tonight's game. Don't go anywhere. Wildcat Sports will be right back.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back. Here with us now is Zach Arns, the voice of the Bulldogs. Here to kick things off, let's get a little insight. Zach, tell me a little bit about the Bulldogs.
Well, we're a young team. 16 sophomores are currently in the 2 deep, and it's those sophomores are getting a lot of playing time right now. They're not just getting garbage time reps; they're getting quality reps, and they're participating. So we're inconsistent through 4 games. We haven't quite put all 4 quarters together just yet, but they're getting better. They've gotten incrementally better each week, and they finally got through and broke through for a win last week. And the sophomores are a precocious group. They're real talented, but as you might expect with any sort of young team, they're inconsistent. They have breakdowns here and there, but the future's bright on the east side of town.
Good. So tell me a little bit about what concerns you about the Wildcats tonight.
Well, and talking with Zach Clark, I mean, schematically, they're not very different offensively. Defensively, there's been a slight change in scheme. So, the coaching staff's very familiar with it. What does concern Coach Clark the most is, frankly, Har-Ber's got really good players. And, Springdale's in rebuild mode, and they're coming. They're getting better each week. But, Har-Ber's where Springdale wants to be. And, it's just, Springdale can't get caught, deer in the headlights. That's probably the best way to put it. It happened at Greenwood in the first quarter. Springdale got their feet on the ground, played really well for the rest of the game. That's probably what concerns the most young players in a big situation rivalry game. That's probably the biggest concern right now.
So we play at your home tonight. It's really, it's one town, the same town. Is there really a home field advantage for the Bulldogs?
I'll tell you what, and first game was 2 weeks ago against Bixby, Oklahoma. They were one of the best teams, or are one of the best teams in the state of Oklahoma right now. And yes, there is a definite home field advantage. Students are right on top of you. The dog pound is, they are live and they are well, and they do make a great deal of noise. It's, you mentioned stadiums are basically the same, and they are. The press box is basically the same, but there's just something about that home side with all the red and white, and it does make a difference. And the players play better. And for 3 quarters against Bixby, we were right there with them, had just 2 or 3 series that got away from them, and that was the difference in the ballgame.
All right, well, let's throw it back to Ashlyn, who took an inside look at Rivalry Week.
Rivalry Week. Crosstown rivals compete to be the best in the city. The football classic here in Springdale, Arkansas, with the Gerald Williams Stadium remodel, the Wildcats feel a little more at home than usual.
There's nothing better than a crosstown rivalry. I mean, everybody grows up and they play against each other from the time they're in little kids ball and then all the way through junior high. And so some of that rivalry and action is deep-rooted in what's happened in the past, and then you get to fulfill it as a senior. Your senior year, you get to go out for the last time and get after those guys.
With a literal duplicate stadium, Gerald Williams not only brings the community closer, but offers a home away from home.
I'm glad to have a stadium. It's good for the town. The best thing is that we both have stadiums now. For years, we were out here on a dirt surface, and we didn't have anything. They finished ours, and it's been nice playing at home. And I know for Springdale, them having the renovations, it's nice for them too. And the big deal is just the community supports football and supports athletics in town, and that's a reflection. That's why you have two stadiums that are the caliber that they are.
I don't see it as an away game. I see it just as a home game because, you know, it's not very far apart, and that's where home is to me on that field because I've been playing on it for a long time.
The Springdale Bulldogs and the Har-Ber Wildcats have been battling for 10 years, and regardless of the new fields, one thing never changes: the emotion and battle between the two.
Springdale's always a big game because it's a big rivalry, and we always want to go beat them more than anything. Springdale's always a tough game because they play the hardest during that game. That's usually the best game they'll play. It's going to be a really exciting game. I think both the crowds are going to be, you know, excited about it. It's going to be intense. And thing with Springdale and Har-Ber is, like, no matter what the records are, it's going to be a tough game because we're big rivals. And no matter what the record is, everyone's going to play as hard as they can.
10 years of pride and excellence. 10 years of tradition. 10 years of Springdale. And whether you win or lose isn't as important as the relationships built. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
Thanks, Ashlyn. Let's take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we will jump right into our 2-minute drill. Don't change the channel. This is something you won't want to miss.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
All right, here we go, the 2-minute drill. Offensive yards, who has the advantage?
We go with Springdale for a couple of reasons. Number one, Har-Ber's not seen a multi-layered passing attack like they're going to see tonight. Zach Clark's, literally an offensive genius when it comes to this stuff. Springdale's got the best offensive player on the field, number 3, Kyler Williams. He opens up a lot of other areas for Springdale to go to. Tight end Cam Dickerson's a budding star. Hunter Necessary, very, very talented slot receiver, along with Trevor Browning and Nick Parchman. These are all guys. They're interchangeable parts. The passing game is clicking. It's one of the best in the conference. Plus, I think they found something last week against Rogers Heritage with their offensive line. They've reshuffled it a little bit. I think Lucky Banavong, Eric Mendez, and gosh, you're going to love J.C. Medina. J.C. Medina is a really good running back, big play waiting to happen. And, I know we disagree on this, but I think Springdale's got the best quarterback in the conference in Jack Lindsay. He throws darts, he doesn't turn the ball over, and he gets the ball to Kyler early and often. I'd look for that early. If Kyler hits a big one early, game on.
Yeah, I completely disagree. Fuller Chandler, 14 touchdowns so far this season. We're 3-1. We played nationally ranked teams coming into the conference play, and went toe-to-toe with them. Beat one of them, almost won the first one against Webb City. We have a balanced attack. There's 3 fantastic wide receivers, seniors that can, that put up big numbers, big touchdowns. We have a balanced running attack. One of the conference leading rushers from last year. Coming back this year for his senior year, he's got 6 touchdowns. You don't know where to attack from. And that's one of Har-Ber's advantages is that we can run it at you, we'll run it at you, and if we can throw it, we'll throw it at you. But we're going to score a lot of points. You have a lot of yards, absolutely. But Har-Ber has a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns.
We'll agree to disagree.
Defensively, who has the advantage here?
A week ago, I probably would have said Har-Ber, but tonight, I'm going to go with Springdale, and I'll tell you why. Springdale's made some adjustments up front. They've reshuffled their defensive line, and Manny Martinez and Francisco Arroyo, two huge defensive tackles, very difficult to move out of the way, had monster games last night. We've got a young guy named Garrett Thresher now on the defensive end. Chris Aravelo is a very savage rush end. And then backing them up are two young linebackers, Mason Hutchins, Sam Robinson, and Dylan Sizemore, that are simply run stoppers. That's what they're there for. They're big guys, they're mobile, they're agile, and the best way to describe Sam Robinson, who's really the heart and soul of the defense, is he's absolutely relentless in chasing the ball. At the third level, the secondary level, Springdale's young, but boy, they've got a young man in Jaden Minshew playing free safety, covers sideline to sideline. Jaden's as athletic, as fast, and as hard-hitting as they come. You're going to see him a lot in run support. I expect them to blitz and blitz a lot and get to the quarterback, and that's why I'd say Springdale's got an advantage defensively.
So obviously I disagree with that as well. You know, Springdale does have a great offense. They put up a lot of points, but they don't score. Har-Ber does a great job of stopping people from scoring, which counteracts, not being able to score, makes it twice as hard for Springdale to get in the end zone. They have a huge defensive line, all seniors, except for one sophomore that's enormous, that plugs up the middle. They have stud linebackers, Noah Hayward, Jacob Robertson. Jacob Robertson leads tackles every single week in the 7A West, the toughest conference in the state of Arkansas. And he's back behind a 3-year starter, Austin Henderson, who does nothing but hands out interceptions and owies to the running backs and receivers. So, you have Blaze Brothers and Brighton Cook on the other side. They're sophomores, but they play like veterans. They play like 3-year starters. We had nationally ranked teams come in and attack them and try to expose the weakness. They rose to the occasion. They shut them down. So it's not an issue. The defense is solid. They've been solid the whole year. They've played together the whole year, and they're gelling.
Two things. You, as a former defensive lineman, know enormous equals slow, and your corners have never seen anyone like Kyler Williams. Leads the state in receiving.
All right, we'll see. Who comes out with a win tonight?
Well, I looked at the lines today, and obviously 3-1 start for Har-Ber is great. You're ranked in the state. That's wonderful, and everybody's going to pick Har-Ber, but not so fast, my friend. This is a rivalry game. Last year was 40-35, and Springdale was an 0-10 football team. This team's better coached. They have better athletes, and I'm telling you, Kyler Williams is a playmaker. I like Kyler close, but I'll take Springdale 31-28.
That's interesting because the team last year went 3-8. Har-Ber did. This team is 3-1 already this year. They have a lot of starters coming back. Obviously, there are a lot of starters playing. Their non-conference games were huge. I mean, they're tough. They're the toughest in the country, and they come in and Har-Ber got better and better and better after playing them. So there's no way that Springdale even gets close to Har-Ber tonight, and I think it's going to be closer to 42-7. So
my good friend Chop Sanders once said, "There's nothing more frightening than a crazy person with a cause, and we're crazy."
I couldn't agree more. Zach, thanks for playing along. We're going to take one last commercial break, hear from our sponsor, but when we come back, we'll have Coach with us for final thoughts on tonight's game. Stay tuned. Wildcat Sports Network will be right back.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
They took the time to get to know us personally.
They're like my financial counselors through all of this.
I was able to call her anytime I needed.
I enjoy them and I love them and they're like family to me.
You can't get through the door without somebody saying hello. I've tried.
They made me feel at home.
Like a house you walk into and you feel like you can put your feet up on the furniture.
Have you ever actually put your feet up on the furniture?
No, I haven't.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Here we go. Kickoff is just a few minutes away, but first, Coach Wood is here to break down the Bulldogs. Coach, Springdale's off to a better year this year than they were last year. They had a big win last week. What are the things that concern you about the Bulldogs as you play them tonight?
Well, I mean, one is they play extremely hard for Coach Clark and his staff. They got them really just playing the game the right way. Anytime you can be 1-0 in conference is huge. We're both 1-0. This is a big game. We've got to be able to steal a game on the road. Springdale High did that last week. Now they're trying to protect their home field. I mean, I think Coach Clark's one of the better offensive minds in our state. He did a fantastic job all those years at Fayetteville. There's a reason why they'd won so many state titles and went so deep and have the record they had is because, he ran that offense and called a lot of that stuff. And he's bringing that same brand to Springdale High. I mean, I think Lindsey at quarterback's he's one of the top, 3 or 4 quarterbacks in our league. What's unique this year is there's some really good quarterbacks in our league. So, so to be up in that group says a lot. I think they got an outstanding receiver, but he's a matchup guy. He's always giving his guys an advantage. It's going to be really difficult for us tonight. Defensively, I think Coach Hood, their D coordinator, has done an outstanding job of getting 11 guys running to the football. They play aggressive. They don't back down from you. They'll press you in some man. They'll play man. And that's kind of carrying that motto of just being a tough ball club. And they're doing things right, and it's evident in how they're getting better each week. They won their first conference game. Good ball club.
So we're going into conference, the second game, the second week of conference. What do we need to do to get a second win for conference this week?
Well, one, we've got to clean up. We've got to clean up our kicking game. We just can't have turnovers in that. Can't make mistakes in that. We really got to flip field position when we can. Turnovers, I think, will be key tonight, both ways. If whoever wins the turnover battle will have a really good chance to win this game tonight. And then just being really effective on third down, I think, is a big key.
Excellent, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Stay tuned at halftime for our halftime show. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker. Stay tuned. Up next is Kickoff. We'll see you next time.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium here at the campus of Springdale High School. Zach Arns, Derek Oxford here in the broadcast position. We are about 28 minutes from the start of the crosstown rivalry between Har-Ber and Springdale. And Derek, just continuing our conversation that we started there before the Wildcat Sports Network's pregame show. This is a big game on a number of levels. There are a lot of stories within stories, and maybe one of the big ones here, and Coach Wood touched on it there in the pregame show, is Springdale has an advantage on special teams tonight. Last week against Rogers Heritage, didn't allow a kick return past the 20-yard line, plus John Batista, 3 out of 4 on the year kicking. That's got to be a big advantage for the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah. They have a great kicker in Batista. Like you said, the kick coverage was superb. And they also have threats that can take kicks back.
Yeah.
Lucky Vandenbong had the 90-yard kick return against Greenwood. Kyler Williams could house a punt at any time. Dylan Sizemore is an underrated punter. So, Springdale, I think, has the advantage in special teams. But Har-Ber special teams aren't anything to sneeze at either. So I think if it comes down to special teams, it's really going to be an interesting matchup because both teams are very good, very speedy. They fly to the football, and the old saying, if special teams can be special, you can win games.
Right. Tonight, Har-Ber is a little bit shorthanded. Their linebacker, backup running back Oliver Nasali, suspended for tonight because of a penalty last week. He's going to be replaced on defense by number 38, Bryce Yates. We'll talk about him in a little bit. In assessing Har-Ber's run defense against Springdale's run offense, how big a deal is that going to be?
Well, they're gonna have to go at it. They're gonna have to attack that. If Har-Ber's got that, that deficiency, Springdale's got to exploit it. They've got to figure out a way to make something happen on the ground. When they've had success this year is when they've had success on the ground. If they can get lucky and JC and Eric Mendez involved, they're in great shape. But Har-Ber can run the football too. Both teams are capable of scoring points in a hurry. And Har-Ber is probably more dangerous on the ground, with Luke Hannon. But Springdale, if they can get a push, and get Lucky and JC and Eric out in space, they can move the ball on the ground.
Now, getting that push is not going to be necessarily the easiest thing in the world, continuing a great tradition of nose tackles at Har-Ber. It's a young man named Alejandro Ramirez at 6'2", 297. That's going to be hard to move out of the center of that running game.
Yeah, he's going to be a physical presence in there in the middle. They've just got to figure out a way to just stiffen up, and I think the key for Springdale is going to be winning the at the line of scrimmage and not letting Har-Ber intimidate them physically, especially with that. With Alejandro, he's gonna try to dictate, tempo with his physicality, and if Springdale can weather the storm on that, they'll be fine.
Well, my conversation with the head dog, Zach Clark, that's coming up after the break. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
And welcome back to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. As always, head coach Zach Clark joining us at this time. Appreciate you taking time out to talk to us about last week.
Yeah, you bet.
29-26 win over Rogers Heritage. Wasn't perfect. You know, you had to hang on there in the end, but your defense, a group that's had its ups and downs, comes up with two big plays. Jaden Minshew interception and the goal line stand at the end there to win it.
That was just huge. I mean, huge for the program. You saw how excited the kids were. It's been almost 2 years since a lot of them have won a game. So just that excitement, I'll always remember that. But you're exactly right. If we'd have played better, especially first half, clean up the penalties and a couple of turnovers, I mean, I think we win by 3 touchdowns. But looking back, having to have our defense step up, I don't think there's a better way to win it.
I got a chance to talk to you after the game, and there was pandemonium, chaos, whatever you want to call it on the field after the game, and your folks were there, your family was there. Did you get a chance to maybe just step back, take it all in, and say, this is really great?
Well, I did. I kind of caught myself, when the kids, the guys were kind of, going nuts. I mean, it was out on the field at somebody else's field, and I started to step out there and kind of intervene. And then I said, no, I'm gonna step back, let them enjoy it. Kind of looked around, just watch the kids and how excited they were, and it really stood out.
Back to football now here. Big win, conference win. You're 1-0 in the conference, and your goal is obviously to make the playoffs. This is a huge step, especially the way your schedule sets up here the next couple of weeks to get the first victory in your first conference game. How big a boost is that for your guys?
Well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's not bad. Obviously, you always want to start out 1-0 in conference, and I think just but there's an excitement. It's so hard to win a game, and when you finally do, after we've gotten better each week, it's kind of a shot in the arm. But now there's, obviously this week's a big rivalry week. Hadn't beat these guys in a while, and we'll see how we can handle success. Can we still come back and focus and continue to improve?
Got a chance to talk to Coach Jacob Gill after the game, and he looked like he went through a car wash. He was working so hard on the kick coverage groups. But there are 3 phases to every game, and you are dominating special teams right now. Your kick coverage unit's giving up 14 yards per return. Your punt team is giving up 8 yards per return. In the Heritage game, they didn't return a ball past the 20-yard line. That is an area that you are just actually dominating.
Well, I think it goes, starts with Coach Gill and the job he's doing within those special teams. He keeps the meetings brief, but they're informative. He's very organized, and then we keep the special teams period brief where it's full speed, and the guys are really buying in. I mean, we challenge them that, hey, this is a starting group, and we're going to play starters. But when you have we won the game because of special teams. When you have a dominant performance like last Friday, we kicked 2 field goals. They didn't have any. And then you just take the kickoffs. Bautista's doing a great job. He seems to be getting better. But when I think our starting field position after a kickoff return was the 41, and theirs was the -14. And so, that right there, I mean, that's 30 yards in hidden field position that just flips the field. I mean, it's tough to overcome that.
You mentioned John Bautista missed a field goal just before halftime against Alma, comes back. He's 3 for 3 since then, hit the game winner the other night. He's 7-7 on extra points. Gotten to know John a little bit, and every time I see him coming down during practice, he's just throwing a ball around. Kicker's life. John's is kind of a free spirit, as most kickers are, but he's really a weapon for you guys.
He is, and his leg, this doesn't happen often where a kid's leg gets stronger throughout the season, but I feel like his is. His kickoffs are going deeper. His accuracy's better. Usually by now, kind of starts tapering off at 5 yards or so. But hopefully he can continue to do that. He's doing a phenomenal job for us, and maybe that's got to do with we've tried to lighten his load. Sizemore's been the punter, and whatever's going on, it's working, and he's having a great senior year.
You mentioned Dylan, your punter. He had a key play in the game, which at the time didn't seem like an ordinary play in the game. He gets off a 37-yard punt, downs the ball at the 5-yard line, which ultimately leads to a safety. Another area where you guys are just absolutely dominating.
We're, again, our punt team's doing a great job. We've carried some fakes in and hadn't used them. That's another kind of weapon that we feel like we have. But Dylan's doing a great job. Consistency's been his thing. And finally, he's got the strongest leg. He's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, to be able to play fullback, linebacker, and punter, and he's doing a great job.
We'll have more with Coach Clark coming up after the break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Har-Ber's. Hometown fresh.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank, only in Arkansas.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Continuing our conversation with Coach Clark, you mentioned earlier that now you have to deal with success, and you get the win last week. And does it help a little bit to have your crosstown rival maybe next on the schedule so that your kids can zero in and say, oh, you're not getting Little Sisters of the Poor this week, you're getting your biggest rival?
Right. I don't think that that certainly doesn't hurt as far as the focus, to kind of regroup after a win, but. I certainly wish we were playing somebody that was a whole lot worse, because those guys, they do a great job. They're an outstanding football team. We've got our work cut out for us.
Talk about Har-Ber a little bit. Schematically, offensively, they're not much different than you. Run basically the same style of offense. They're off to a 3-1 start. They've got the leading returning rusher in the conference. They've got a quarterback that you're very familiar with. I mean, this is a formidable opponent.
Oh, I mean, outstanding. They're always. The thing about Chris and the thing about Har-Ber is they certainly have an identity, especially on offense. Those Har-Ber teams that Chris has, he's going to hang his hat on the gap scheme, the power counter. He's going to try to. He always has a physical fullback, offensive line. Always have a good tailback, and then they have a quarterback that can throw it around. They do a great job coaching, and they've got a new defensive coordinator that he's outstanding, and I think that's where they're different this year. Is they're really good on defense and kind of complement the offense better than they have the last few years.
It's a rivalry week. You've obviously played in the conference in rivalry games. Your big rival when you were in high school was Fayetteville. What are you going to tell your guys going into a rivalry game? A lot of these kids haven't played in this rivalry.
They haven't. We've got a young team that I think the key is to, yes, it's important. Yes, it's rivalry week, you know, and all that stuff that comes with it, you know, especially across town. But at some point you've got to do your part to kind of insulate yourself. And hey, and next week's a big one. The week after that's a big one. You know, that's just kind of, especially in this conference and what they're all big. So we're not going to prepare any different. And it's you know, we just got to continue to get better in practice. We, you know, have a great week. Next week we got to do the same thing, and there's just kind of routine that you just kind of roll with.
Well, best of luck to you. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
The Youthbridge Bully Buster program is this program that we are pushing through the schools to make increase awareness of bullying in the schools, not just for those who are bullied, but for the bullies. The Youthbridge Bully Buster program is symbolized in these orange wristbands, and kids can wear them proudly and say that, you know, they're going to stand up to bullies and they're going to seek assistance, they're going to seek help, they're going to talk to parents and their teachers to let them know that either they're being victimized by bullies or their friends are being victimized by bullies. These kids are wanting to go to school to get an education. They want to hang out with their friends, and they want to feel safe when they go to school. And when they're having challenges with their peers, we need to make sure that not only are the kids who are victims of bullying taken care of, but also to try to see what things that the bullies are needing as far as like social skills training or mentoring or any kind of help or understanding as to what's going on with them. Because sometimes it's not that they have an innate meanness to them. And one of the things that we have to do is go in, and sometimes it's a family intervention, and we can meet with the moms and the dads or the guardians or anybody else who's interacting with the kid who is having these challenging behaviors, and just put some things in place and to redirect them in order so they can be successful in the community and in the schools. Youthbridge has clinicians on staff that are experts in working with families that have these types of challenges, from mental health issues to mental illness issues. We have licensed professional counselors, we have mental health paraprofessionals, case managers, drug counselors that can get involved in a child's life to try to improve their situation. And if the family is needing more eyes and ears to be advocates for them, then Youthbridge has a team that can do that. And so with the Youthbridge Bully Buster campaign, we hope to bring awareness and action to bullying in our school systems.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
And welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium here on the campus of Springdale High School. Just a couple of minutes to go here before kickoff. And Derek, maybe one of the big stories, if you're not here in Northwest Arkansas right now, is this gorgeous weather. The temperature is in the 60s now. It's clear. The sun's on its way down, but it's going to get a lot colder before the end of the night.
Yeah, it's going to be brisk. You better have a sweater or a coat.
Yeah, if you're on your way in and you're listening to us now, you definitely want to bring a windbreaker at the very least. It is it's cool out there now, but it's for the players, this is great football weather. And we are just a couple of minutes away before kickoff. Just in case you're wondering who we are, if you're joining us from the Wildcat Sports Network, I am Zach Arns. This is Derek Oxford. We are the Bulldog Sports Network. Donald Tucker and Blake Tucker are actually in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium, barbecuing away at the Barbecue World Series. So that's why we are here doing the game, and we'll keep you up to date on everything that goes on. We'll have stats and all kinds of stuff. Derek and I will do our normal job here. But just a couple of things here. We got about a minute and a half before we're going to go to the special events here. A couple of quick keys to the game.
Well, I think the first key for Har-Ber will be to do what they do, which is play fast, be physical, and try to get momentum early. They got momentum early against Rockhurst. They got momentum early against Conway.
Captains
they got
for
momentum
tonight's
early
game.
against
First
Rogers.
for
If they get the momentum early, it's going to be tough for them to be beaten. For Springdale, I think the key for them is to be able to weather the storm. If Har-Ber gets off to a fast start, if you get behind 14-0, 21-0, you can't throw in the towel. I think Springdale, if they can, keep their composure and don't let adversity set in, they'll be fine.
I think one thing we've learned about the Bulldogs in 2015 is that they fight for 4 quarters, and and you're right. I think weathering the storm is going to be the really key part of this, because both teams are going to come in here sky high, crosstown rivalry game. I expect it to be physical. I expect it to be close, and I expect it to go into the 4th quarter. And man, I don't know if they have a name for this rivalry yet. There's
Battle of Springdale.
Battle of Springdale, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. And both spirit lines have formed. We've got the coin toss going on right now. That is Alex Davis, Hunter Necessary, Gavin Schmidt, and Manny Martinez out for Springdale, Fuller Chandler, and Jacob Robertson for Har-Ber. Looks like Har-Ber has won the toss, and looks like Springdale is going to receive the football first.
Bulldogs win the toss.
Springdale actually won the toss, so they're going to defer. I apologize. Har-Ber will get the ball first. They'll be going from right to left. We will be back in about 4 minutes. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Welcome to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Over 100 years of tradition, forged by toughness and grit.
Big Gary Bohannon once again. Oh.
Gridiron greatness runs in the blood of these Red Dogs. Relentless defense and a punishing ground game, dominated for decades. One team, one goal brought the eyes of the nation to this place. Championship football is the standard here. Always has been, always will be.
Forager runs over a man at the midfield stripe.
Mustang with plenty of time for Damian Williams. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
This
is Springdale football.
Gold brought the eyes of the nation to this place. Championship football is the standard here.
I don't know about you, but
always has been,
not you, but me.
always will be.
Forager runs over a man at the midfield stripe.
Mustang with plenty of time for Damian Williams. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
This is Springdale football.
Welcome, your Springdale Bulldogs!
Well, partner, I know this is the first for you here, and this is also the first for me. So, just a couple of thoughts as we get ready to go here.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a fun atmosphere. Rivalry games always are. Expect the unexpected. With a rivalry game, you never know what's going to happen. Crazy things happen in games like this. Teams that should have no chance to win could win. Springdale's going to give it all they've got, but Har-Ber, they know that they're in the driver's seat right now for a bye. The way that in week one of conference. I mean, class of the conference, but Har-Ber wants to be in that conversation as well. So this is a critical game for both teams.
Now, we didn't talk about the playoff implications here very much during the pregame show, but you're right. As we get closer to the every win in conference moves you up the seedings chart. So this is a huge game. Both teams come in 1-0 in conference, and really doesn't matter what you did in the non-conference. The only thing that matters is what you did in conference. And right now, both teams 1-0. So we are about set for kickoff. John Batista will be teeing it up for the Bulldogs. Back deep for Har-Ber is number 3. That is
kicking off for the Bulldogs, number 84, John Batista.
Dalton
Accuracy for the Wildcats, number 1, Trey Smith. Number 3, Dalton Duangdara. And number 19, Tyler Blackston.
He's going to go back into the end zone where he will take it as a touchback, and Har-Ber will start at the 20-yard line, starting at quarterback tonight. For Har-Ber is number 8, Fuller Chandler. His running back is number 34, Luke Hannon. The fullback, Clinton Kunkel. Wide receivers are Duangdara, Trey Smith, and Tyler Blackston across the front. Nelson, Childers, Dodson, Guthrie, and Carrillo. A very big offensive line for Har-Ber. And like you said, they're probably going to look to run the ball early and see what we can do here. But you never know. Chris Wood may roll the dice and throw it deep on the first play. Chandler in the backfield with Hannon. Yep, they're going to throw it on first down. It's going to be a quick screen out to Trey Smith, and he is met by Dylan Sizemore. He gets away, and he'll get up just past the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him a yard. So that's a completion on the first play of the game. And I think everybody in the stands can now sit down, and we are underway. So Fuller Chandler on his first passing attempt hits Trey Smith for about a yard, and that will bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats.
Dylan Sizemore with a great play there on the screen.
And we're going to throw again. Under pressure, got the screen set up. He's got Hannon, who's got room out in front of him. Hannon's still going. He's over the 40, and Hannon is into the secondary. He is going to score, and that is going to be a touchdown for Har-Ber. Second play of the game, 79 yards to Luke Hannon on the screen. Springdale came with the blitz. Har-Ber caught him.
Just tackles. That'll kill you.
Good play call. Springdale brings more than 5, and they catch him in the blitz. So on the second play of the game, Luke Hannon with a 79-yard touchdown reception. Just 48 seconds into the game, it's 6-0. On to try the extra point for Har-Ber as we get a slight delay here. Is number 89. That is Jesus Zimombo. will take the extra point. It's on its way, and good. So with 11-12 to go here in the first quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 7, Springdale nothing. You are watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Quick start for the Har-Ber Wildcats. They lead 7-0 on a 79-yard touchdown reception from running back Luke Hannon. Probably not the way you would expect Hannon to go 79 yards, but he's the conference's leading returning rusher. So Har-Ber off fast. We'll see how Springdale can. We'll see what Springdale can do here to get to answer. Zamumbo kicks off. It's going to be Trevor Browning at the goal line. Trevor's out to the 10. He's going to get up to about the 19, and that is where Springdale will take over.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Springdale recovers. 2 plays in and you're already down 7-0. Let's see how they bounce back here. I think Zach he probably has a scripted drive here first, and so he needs, they'll figure something out here. They need to go on a long drive and run some time off that clock.
Offensively for Springdale across the front, it's Hutchins, Lazo, Reed, Rodriguez, and Trejero, 3 sophomores in the offensive line. Springdale going to come out in a power formation, something they have not shown to this point. That's Kyler Williams in motion. Lindsey going to throw on first down. Looking downfield, he's got Kyler wide open. Kyler's going to make the reception close to the 30-yard line, and that will bring up a second and short for the Bulldogs, and it's going to be very, very short. So good pass protection by the young offensive line of the Bulldogs. Gets them a big gain there on first down.
Yeah, Jack did a good job of avoiding pressure there and finding his go-to guy.
The rest of the Springdale offense, the receivers, Kyler Williams, Nick Parchman, Hunter Necessary. The running back is Eric Mendez. Jack Lindsay, the quarterback, second leading passer, in the 7A. We'll set the Har-Ber defense here in just a second. Again, same formation with Kyler Williams back at the tailback spot. That's Kyler in motion. They're going to hand it to Eric Mendez. Eric's going to get close to the 30-yard line.
I think forward progress gives him those.
I'm looking at the ref on the far side here. That is going to be really, really close. They're going to give him about 6 inches here. I think you're right. Nope. No, they're going to say he's short. So no gain there on second down. That's going to bring up. No, they're going to take a look at it. He was just shy of the 29-yard line prior to the play. They're marking it right now at the 29. So it is close and close enough for a measurement. Let's give you the Har-Ber defense. The defensive line is David Vowell, Alejandro Ramirez. We talked about him in the pregame show. 91 is Sam Hall, Noah Howard, Jacob Robertson, Bryce Yates, and Tali Nasali, the linebackers. The secondary on the corners, Brighton Cook, Blaze Brothers. The safeties, Austin Henderson and Peyton Kofer. Well, they're going to give Mendez a 1-yard gain, and that will be enough for Springdale first down. So on the first drive, Springdale nets themselves a first down. And, we were looking here at the crowd just 30 minutes before the game or so. It's really filled in. My wife is actually in line texting me saying that she was stuck in a long line, and this place is really filled up here in the last 15 minutes.
Yep. Rivalry game. Everyone wants a good piece.
So first down, Springdale at the 29-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. That's Browning in motion. They're going to pitch it to him. That's a little jet sweep. Trevor's got the corner here, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards out to the 36. So Zach Clark going deep into the playbook here. Plays we haven't seen thus far.
Zach taking a leaf out of the Gus Malzahn playbook.
Well, I think Springdale's going to have to open it up here. I mean, obviously you saw on the second play of the game that Har-Ber can go the distance at any time, so Springdale's going to have to open it up here. 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Same package still on the field for the Bulldogs. Necessary in Browning to the top of the screen, Kyler's to the bottom. Cam Dickerson is the fullback / tight end. And the running back now, Lucky Banavong. Lindsay with a run fake, looking down the middle. Jack's got some room. He's going to throw. And incomplete, looking for Hunter Necessary. That's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. Springdale comes in on the year converting on 3rd downs, 28.9%. They're 13 for 45. But that number picked up last week, 5 out of 9 on 3rd downs last week. So 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Ball's marked at the 37-yard line. Kyler Williams lines up in the backfield. That's Kyler in motion going to the top of the screen. Lindsay with a play fake. He's got Cam Dickerson down the middle of the field. Cam with the catch. And Cam Dickerson's going to get up to the 46-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Springdale first down.
Cam Dickerson either catches first downs or touchdowns.
That's all Cam Dickerson does. Big tight ends, junior, took over the starting job this year and doing a heck of a job for the Bulldogs. So that's going to be a first down for Springdale. And Springdale wants to go with tempo here. That is Lucky Manavong. He's not going to get much room there. Down at the bottom of that pile for Har-Ber is Sam Hall, along with Alejandro Ramirez. Not much on the carry. We'll call it 1. That'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're trying to get that push. And that Har-Ber defensive line is kind of clogged the middle so far.
It's going to be hard to make a living with all the beef in there, especially with Springdale's undersized offensive line. But here comes a corner blitz. It's picked up. Jack under pressure. He fumbles the football, and it looks like Har-Ber has the ball. It was recovered by number 91, Sam Hall. They came with a corner blitz. Noah Howard on the blitz, and Har-Ber is going to take the sudden change and take over the football at the 34.
Yeah, Hayward came on that corner blitz, and whoever was supposed to pick him up was holding him anyway. He got the Jack, and Jack really had no choice.
So Har-Ber's going to set up shop at the 34-yard line, leading 7-0. Springdale defense has to come up with a play here. Chandler in the backfield. That's Kunkel in motion. And they are going to run a flea flicker here. Oh, Chandler's got Trey Smith wide open in the end zone. Incomplete. Referee says that he juggled the ball. Nice play call there on the sudden change. Chris Wood again going deep into the playbook, but the pass is ruled incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Har-Ber at the 34-yard line.
It looked like he caught it, but I don't know.
I think he had it down. I think he was juggling it as he went down.
Obviously, the ref has a better view than I do. I'm watching the replay in the booth. Yeah, he was juggling it. Okay, good call there by the ref.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Chandler in the backfield. He's going to hand to Luke Hannon. He's got a little bit of a hole. Hannon's going to fight his way up to, we'll call it the 32-yard line. Tackle on the play made by Dylan Sizemore, and that will bring up a 3rd and long for the Wildcats. I think we're going to call that combo Hannon and Sizemore quite a bit tonight. The 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats. They're going to speed it up a little bit. We're going to go 5 wide. Kunkel is the fullback, the only other player in the backfield. Hannon is split in the slot to the left. And they're back to pass. He's going to throw it down the middle. Caught by Hannon and in for a Har-Ber touchdown. So 33 yards. Fuller Chandler to Luke Hannon.
I think Jake Minchie was one to push off. He basically almost looked like he almost just gave up on the play. I think he was one offensive pass interference and didn't get the flag.
So 7:15 to go here in the first quarter. Har-Ber has scored quickly twice. They now lead 13-0. Zamumbo on to kick the extra point. Snaps down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. So 7:15 to go here in the first quarter. Our new score, Har-Ber 14, Springdale 0. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back to Springdale, Arkansas for our crosstown rivalry game. Har-Ber and Springdale, 14-0 our score. Har-Ber with 2 quick scoring drives. I was just telling Derek here, 2 catches for Luke Hannon, 112 yards receiving. That's a 56-yard per catch average, 2 touchdowns. And you expect more out of him in the running game, but thus far he's been a deadly wide receiver.
Yep, they're finding ways to get him the ball. Now Springdale's really behind the 8 ball. What do you do here?
Zamombo set to kick off. He's going to kick a knuckleball, which is going to bounce at the 15-yard line and out of bounds. So Springdale will get the option to take the ball at the 35-yard line. So Springdale on their first drive had something going until the sack and fumble. And you got to give credit to Sam Hall and that Har-Ber defense. They're the ones that came up with the sack. It was Noah Hayward on the blitz that forced the fumble. And now Springdale will start their second drive at the 35-yard line. 7:15 to go, first quarter. Lindsay will come out with Eric Mendez, Hunter Necessary, Browning, and Kyler Williams. The receivers, Cam Dickerson still in at tight end. Browning in motion. They're going to fake the pitch.
Going deep,
Jack going deep for Kyler Williams. Just over his head now to reach. That will bring up the second down. That's the fake of the play that Trevor got 7 yards on the first drive. Take a shot to Kyler. That's never a bad idea. On the coverage back there for Har-Ber was the cornerback Brighton Cook, as well as the free safety Austin Henderson. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 35-yard line. That's Kyler Williams in motion. Lindsay going to throw. He's got the screen set up to Eric Mendez. Eric's going to fight his way maybe for 2. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Tackle made on the play by number 25, Tali Nasali. Looks like they'll give him 3 up to the 38. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Not exactly where Springdale wanted to be. 3rd and long, not a good place to be against this defense.
Nope. Jack's got to figure out a way to get the ball to Kyler. I mean, they tried to dial it up in that first play, but
Lindsay under pressure. He throws it down the middle and in and out of the hands of Kyler Williams. I think Jacob Robertson may have gotten a hand on that. And that's going to be a 3 and out for the Bulldog offense. And Springdale's going to be forced to punt. You can see some of the size from the Har-Ber defensive line starting to cause Springdale's offensive line some problems. In on the pressure there was David Vowell. Back deep for the Bulldogs. Number 44, Dylan Sizemore. Trey Smith back for Har-Ber. One gets off a spiral that is going to bounce at the 21. And they'll mark it out at about the 22-yard line. So that is where Har-Ber will take over.
Springdale defense really kind of been put in a tight spot. Both the offense really hadn't got anything going yet. Now the defense is giving up 2 long touchdowns. So hopefully Leroy Hood and his staff have made some adjustments here and try to get a stop here.
Checking in for the Bulldogs in the secondary, number 27, Capone Wise. He's in at a cornerback spot. Here comes Hannon straight ahead. He's got room. He's up over the 30. Hannon's loose again. There's Luke Hannon over the 50. Springdale chasing him down, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So another big play by the Har-Ber Wildcats.
Well, I mean, we knew coming into the game Luke Hanna was going to get his yards. I know you asked me how much you thought he'd get. Total yards looks pretty good right now. He's got to be up in the 180 range, I feel like.
112 receiving and 46 on the ground. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Here comes Hannon again. He's got room once more. He's inside the 20-yard line and down to the 19. Another big running play for that Har-Ber offense. 14 yards on the carry.
Just from early, this kind of feels like the game began a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's still early.
Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 our score. Fuller, Chandler, and Hannon in the backfield. Here comes Hannon again. He's through the first line. Hannon hurdles a defender, and he is going to walk into the end zone. And we've got a flag down, which will probably be for a late hit. That is another Har-Ber touchdown. We'll wait for the call from the referee. I believe they're going to get one of the defensive backs. I didn't catch the number for a late hit.
Yeah, I'll try to look at the replay in the booth.
While the officials sort that out, we've got 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. If the touchdown stands, and it should, it will be 20-0 Har-Ber.
Captain Wise, who had the extracurricular.
He's going to talk to Coach Wood about this, because I think you can accept this on the kickoff because it's a personal foul. Personal foul against Springdale. And that should be assessed on the kickoff, which means Har-Ber will kick off from the 50. Zamumbo now in to try the extra point. Trey Smith, the holder. Snap is down. Zamumbo's kick is good. So with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 21, Springdale 0. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
And we welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Har-Ber accepts a personal foul penalty on the touchdown run by Luke Hannon. They're going to be kicking off from Springdale's 45-yard line. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Oh, yes, I did in week 1. Short memory. Kicking off for Har-Ber is number 89. I've called his name a couple of times. It's Jesus Zamumbo. And he will be kicking to the lone deep man back deep for Springdale. I believe that is number 22, Chris Crawford. Springdale in with the hands team, expecting an onside kick. As we wait for the referee's whistle, Zamumbo will kick, and he will just kick that out of the end zone. And Springdale will start at the 20-yard line. As you and I were talking during the break, I don't think this is exactly what Zach Clark had in mind.
No, it's probably not. But like I said in the pregame, I mean, what do you do when adversity strikes? You know, obviously you're down 21-0. Your players are either going to do one of two things. They're either going to fold, or they're going to, go on a touchdown drive here and make this a game again.
So Springdale down 21, set to get the football. Jack Lindsay brings the offense out. He has Lucky Banavong in the backfield behind him. Cam Dickerson, the tight end, along with Dylan Bible. First time we've seen the heavy set out of Springdale. Check that. That's Eric Mendez on the pitch. Eric's going to get around the corner, and he's going to get about 2. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Tackle on the far side made by the corner Blaze brothers. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Bulldogs. And this needs to be a calming drive here that ends in points for the Bulldogs, or this could get out of hand quickly. Jack Lindsay with the hard count draws 2 Har-Ber defenders offside, but the no contact, so no harm, no foul. 5:33 to go here, first quarter. 21-0 our score. Low snap. Jack's going to throw for Kyler Williams. Incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. Jack missed Hunter Necessary, who was also running a quick slant. Chose to go to Kyler. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he led Kyler a little too much there, and then Kyler was wanting a flag after the play.
Nick Parchman going to check into the lineup for Dylan Beidle. You hate to say a 3rd down here in the first quarter is critical, but the way things have gone defensively, this has got to be, you got to pick this up. It's Kyler Williams in motion. Lindsay going to throw again. Going to throw, pass is complete. Out near the 40-yard line, that is Kyler Williams, and that is a big pickup for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good first down there. Nice strike. He gets the ball, turns upfield. Yeah, that should give them some confidence here. Was that their first down?
That is their second first down.
Okay. So
Brighton Cook on the tackle.
Right. So they're gonna, they're at the point now where they, just need to get in rhythm. If you can get Jack and Kyler and Hunter and those guys in a rhythm, they can move the football.
17-yard pickup and a first down. Springdale going to take it, hand off. That is Lucky Banavong up the middle, nowhere to go. Met there first by Jacob Robertson, the linebacker from Har-Ber, along with 96 from the defense. He's a
Riley Bean.
Riley Bean. He is a, I was going to say, he is a large young man. So 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 40-yard line. 21-0 our score. 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. It's Kyler Williams in motion. Lindsay going to throw again. Good pass protection. Got time. Going to hit Cam Dickerson. We're going to give him about a yard. That's going to bring up another 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Cam's second catch of the night.
Didn't go for a first down.
No, this one did not go for a first down. So 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions so far. Kyler Williams, Hunter Necessary, and Nick Parchman to the top of the screen. Dylan Beidle, the tight end, to the bottom. Lucky Banavong, the setback. Lindsay going to throw. He's got Kyler down the middle. Ball's tipped. Tipped by 38 Bryce Yates. And that's going to bring up another 4th down situation for the Bulldogs.
Almost intercepted there. Unfortunately, you get a first down, you get some momentum, and then can't convert, can't get on the other side of the 50. And now Har-Ber is at the point now where they're wanting to put this one.
Oh, Sizemore shanked it. He was under pressure from Riley Bean. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
Nice catch down here by a fan.
That ball's going to go out at the 43-yard line, so a 2-yard punt for Dylan Sizemore, who came in averaging 37 yards a kick. So another sudden change in field position for the Wildcats, and they're in business again.
2-yard punt.
2-yard punt, and Har-Ber takes over. So everything that could go wrong has gone wrong thus far in the first quarter for the Bulldogs, and they're going to have to rely on that defense to make another stop.
Yeah, Murphy's Law is never good. I mean, football's involved.
We've got Kunkel on the, I don't know if you call that an option pass or a shovel pass, but that's Clayton Kunkel all the way down to the 26-yard line. And right now, Har-Ber's got everything going.
Yeah, shovel pass. You see that a lot, especially with spread teams. They like to run that kind of play where you get everybody going one way and then you just flip it to your back, who's coming the opposite direction. Yeah, Har-Ber's firing on all cylinders right now on offense. Every play is going for a first down, it seems like. Springdale's just got to figure out, I mean, this is a good timeout here because they've got to get something figured out on offense.
Timeout's called by Har-Ber. We're going to take it with them. 3:22 to go here, first quarter. 21-0 our score. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. We're ready to get underway again here. 3:22 to go, first quarter. 21-0 our score. And that's Luke Hannon in motion. Trey Smith now going to take the jet sweep. He's got the corner. Trey Smith gets outside. He's down to the 21, 20, and he's going to run out of bounds about the 23-yard line. I thought he was down twice.
The handoff to number 1, Trey.
Trey Smith's got some speed, and he when he gets that corner, he's tough to stop. He's really a nice job of the Springdale defense not allowed to get a first there.
It'll bring up second, and we'll call it 6. Ball's going to be marked at the 22-yard line. Just joining us, 21-0 our score. Har-Ber 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, all very quick strikes. Springdale really doing themselves in with turnovers and a I guess you call it a short punt, which has set up this drive. Chandler back to pass. He's going for Trey Smith, who is open. Trey Smith with the catch at the 4-yard line. And that's going to set up Har-Ber inside the 5. It'll be first and goal at the 4. Nice pitch and catch from Fuller Chandler to Trey Smith. Just a simple outcut at 15 yards. And that gives Har-Ber a first and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yeah. I mean, Har-Ber's just making it look easy. They're not doing anything fancy. They're just executing their offense. And, Springdale's just got to figure out something on defense because this is going to be a long night if they don't.
Clayton Kunkel gets the fullback carry, and he's going to fight his way inside the 2-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal for the Wildcats. Looking at a couple of numbers here, I know with 21-0, it's easy to say it's one-sided, but 12 offensive plays for Har-Ber so far, 233 yards. 16 plays for Springdale, just 39 yards, and that's certainly the reason for the 21-0 score. Here comes Luke Hannon on a pitch. He is not going to get in. Tackle made by Dylan Sizemore.
Now, one thing to say is Springdale has had success this year with goal line stands. They made him against Heritage last week. They made him against Alma. They're at least experienced in holding teams out of the end zone in this kind of situation. So if they could do that, it would be very beneficial here.
I formation. This is going to be Fuller Chandler just powering his way into the end zone for another Har-Ber touchdown.
There's really nothing. I mean, I say all that, but quarterback sneak is really pretty hard to stop on the half-yard line.
So Zamumbo will try another extra point. Our score 27-0 after the Fuller Chandler 1-yard touchdown run. We've got a conference going on here with a lineman there for Har-Ber. Number 75, Kyle Guthrie. He's been sent out of the game. It's got to be an equipment issue.
In football, did they make you come out if you get like blood on your jersey, like in basketball?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that rule, but
it might be something like that.
Either way, Guthrie has been checked out of the lineup. And in his place, I didn't catch the number there. I believe that's number 72.
Kenny Big Feather.
Love it. So Zamumbo on to try the extra point. 27-0 our score. 2:02 to go here in the first quarter. Zamumbo's kick's on the way, and it is good. So our new score, Har-Ber 28, Springdale nothing. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
So welcome back to Springdale, Arkansas. Har-Ber leading 28-0. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. Very, very impressive on the part of the Wildcats here. Just numbers to throw at you while we're waiting for the kickoff. Luke Hannon, 5 carries, 80 yards here in the first quarter. He's got 2 receptions for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Fuller Chandler in his return to Bulldog Stadium, 5 out of 6, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. Everything clicking. And, Springdale certainly needs a momentum-changing play right here.
Yeah, I mean, they just had to get something positive to happen. They haven't had anything go right so far tonight. So if they could do like a big kick return or hit a big pass play here, I mean, at least Har-Ber's kicking the ball out of bounds on the kickoffs. That's positive.
Second straight kickoff from Zamumbo that has gone out of bounds. So Springdale will start with good field position at the 35-yard line. Things here in the first quarter as we have 2:02 to go in the first quarter. Not going very well for the Bulldogs offensively. 5 carries, -8 yards. Jack Lindsay, 6 out of 11. For 47 yards, but the turnover, the shanked punt, quick field position changes, that's all kind of rolled itself into this 28-0 lead. So Jack Lindsay will bring the Bulldogs out. He's got Lucky Banavong at the running back spot, Kyler Williams. Lane Hutchins checks in for the first time, and Hunter Necessary, the wide receivers. Cam Dickerson is the tight end. Here's Lucky. He's going to cut up and Lucky's going to get about 6 yards out of that. So a decent play on first down, which has been sort of Springdale's Achilles heel here in the first quarter. They haven't been able to get much on first down.
It's nice when you don't have to have second and long, third and long. If you get those second short, third and short, you feel a lot better about converting. You get a quick screen to Kyler or Hunter here. You pick up the first.
Lindsay's going to throw a quick out route to Lucky Banavong in and out of his hands, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Lucky just didn't turn around there. He was too quick for him.
Closest defender to him is 14, Blaze Brothers for the Wildcats. So 3rd and 5, minute 27 to go here in the first quarter. 28-0 our score. Jack Lindsay with a hard count, almost drew a Har-Ber defender offside. That's Bowell. And we're going to get a timeout, Springdale. So with 1:27 to go here in the first quarter, you're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
1:27 to go here in the first quarter, 28-0 our score. We are back at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Springdale with a timeout there on 3rd and 5. I want to talk this one over. And Derek, I think we both thought that that this game, that Har-Ber certainly had the explosive capability, but this has been more than impressive.
Oh yeah, Har-Ber is good as advertised. We were told all week that they're really solid. They played Webb City close. Looked really impressive against Rockhurst and Conway, and then took care of business against a bottom feeder last week. And here we are on a third
Lindsay
down.
intended for Kyler Williams.
Yeah.
Brighton Cook on the coverage. That's going to fall incomplete and bring up a fourth down for the Bulldogs again. So 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs. 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. Trey Smith going to drop deep for Har-Ber. Dylan Sizemore back to kick again. His last punt, 2 yards. Dylan gets off a better kick this time. Kind of a knuckleball. Going to bounce and hit a Har-Ber player and roll out of bounds. So the breaks keep coming for Har-Ber.
Yeah, that could have been the kind of play that you absolutely needed for Springdale right there, and unfortunately goes out of bounds for the Bulldogs. Goes right for Har-Ber. Everything can go right for them right now.
Yeah, they're getting all the bounces right now, so they will take over with 1:16 to go here in the first quarter. They'll take over at the 25-yard line, where Chandler will bring the Wildcats back out. He'll have Buchanan in the backfield, Clayton Kunkel. And it looks like Dalton Duangara now going to line up behind Chandler. Go on the blitz. Duangara around the corner. He's got room. He's up over the 25, the 35, and he's going to drag tacklers out to the 42-yard line. So 17-yard pickup for Duangara. Another Har-Ber first down.
And really nothing lost there from handing to Duangara. I mean, they just interchange. Very interchangeable, and when you have an offense like this that you can pick up yards in a hurry. It doesn't matter who the back is.
Trey Smith in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Here comes Duangara again. Is out over the 30 or over the 45, and he's going to fight his way out to the 49-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Dave Minshew on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Har-Ber now over 250 yards here in the first quarter. And you have to give credit to the Har-Ber offensive line. They're opening up some massive holes.
Yeah, they're playing very well. And Springdale's kind of...
You and I could gain yards through those holes.
Maybe.
Play fake. Chandler under pressure. He gets away from Manny Martinez. He's got room. Fuller Chandler into Springdale territory to the 35, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Good pressure by Springdale, but Chandler gets away for another big play for the Har-Ber Wildcats.
Yeah, Chandler's got some wheels on him. He's not, super fast, but he can move.
While we wait for the chains to set, we have 8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 28-0 our score. Har-Ber on the march again. Here comes Duangara right up the middle. He's met there by Sam Robinson. Going to get a couple out of that down to about the 29-yard line, and that should do it for the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, our score, Har-Ber 28, Springdale nothing. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
We're about ready to start the second quarter. Our score, 28-0, Har-Ber on the march again. This is their 5th drive of the game. And they are currently at the 29-yard line. It'll be second, and we'll call it 7. Chandler and doing Dara in the backfield. I haven't called Tyler Blackston's name very much. He's one of their top receivers, but now that I've said it, we'll probably call his name right now. There's Blackston in motion. We're going to get to doing Dara. Nope, Chandler's going to keep it. He's going to throw. He's got a man wide open on the far side. That is Trey Smith. We've got a flag on the play. We'll wait to see what that is. Looks like it could be in the area of holding or pass interference. Just depends on which side it's on. A face mask on Springdale.
Yeah, I mean, because they threw it after the play had already been finished.
So the play will stand. They'll tack on yards to the end of the play. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and Har-Ber will get the ball at about the 7-yard line. First penalty of the night outside of the personal foul on Springdale.
Correct.
The ball marked at the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Wildcats. Chandler in the backfield with Doing Dara. Kunkel in motion. Here comes Doing Dara. Nope, Chandler's going to keep it. Good ball fake. And Fuller Chandler's going to get down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That'll bring up second and goal for the Bulldogs. Checking in for the Wildcats, a wide receiver, number 22, Matthew Ezell. He's down here at the bottom of the screen, matched up one-on-one with Capone Wise. Comes Doing Dara up the middle, and he's going to get in for the Har-Ber touchdown. They will stretch their lead to 34-0. Pretty much doing whatever they want to do offensively. Har-Ber Wildcats very impressive here in the first quarter and 1 minute. Jesus Zamombo in to try the extra point out of the hold of Trey Smith. Kicks on the way, and it is good. So with 11:04 to go here in the second quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 35, Springdale 0. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
We welcome you back to Darrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. 35-0 our score. Har-Ber, very impressive. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. I feel like I've called Jesus Zamombo's name all night. But Zamombo set to kick off. Back deep for the Bulldogs. See for J.C. Medina for the first time tonight. Lucky Banabong and Kyler Williams.
Yeah, if you do high school fantasy, he's racking up the points.
Jesus has had a heck of a night. He gets set to kick off. And again, a bit of a knuckleball. This one's going to go into the end zone. And that is where Springdale will take over the 20-yard line. So they've got a big mountain to climb, the Bulldogs do, but it's got to start here on this drive. You've got to get some points out of this.
That looks like the athletic director, Wayne Stellick, picked up that football down in the end zone.
Did he catch it? Is
no,
the
he had to go retrieve
it.
But he had a really nice ref toss after that.
So the Bulldogs will come out down 35-0 here. Got to get something going offensively. Jack Lindsay along with Eric Mendez in the backfield. He's got Kyler Williams, Hunter Necessary to the top of the screen. Dual tight ends, Dylan Bible and Cam Dickerson. They're going to try and run it with Eric Mendez. He is in trouble. Eric's not going to get much. He's going to fight his way maybe for a yard. And that is about all. Again, Jacob Robertson. I feel like I'm calling his name all night. Jacob Robertson on the tackle. That's going to bring up 2nd and long for the Bulldogs. You know, you made the point earlier, this feels like Greenwood all over again, but Springdale hasn't settled down yet.
Yeah, Green, and the thing was in that game, Springdale was moving the ball on offense and was getting points. You know, the kick return. And,
Jack with the pass, overshoots Cam Dickerson. Got pressure. Got pressure from the defense there at Har-Ber, 2 linebackers on a blitz. Number 17, Keegan Anderson on a blitz, as well as Chase Anderson. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Bulldogs, and again, 3rd and long, not exactly where Springdale wants to be.
No, they don't want to be 3rd and long, and this is probably the most pressure Jack's faced all year in terms of guys in his face. He's really just not been allowed to get comfortable in the pocket, and it's showing.
Jack back to pass, 3-man rush. He's going to fire to Kyler Williams. They are going to give him the catch out at just across the 30-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Springdale 1st down. So 1st down for the Bulldogs, 3rd down conversion. The mark out at 32, so that's going to be a pickup of 11. The Bulldogs get a fresh set of downs. Back with a play fake. A little bit low to Kyler. Kyler's going to get upfield on a bubble screen. He'll get, we'll call it 4. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. You know, and I guess for Springdale here, you've got to get points on this drive, but you know, this is more about the process for Zach Clark and the Bulldogs here. This is a very, very young football team. Har-Ber's, you know, where Springdale wants to get to. A very young football team wearing red tonight. Got a running play. That's Lucky Banabon. Lucky's going to get outside to the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Springdale 1st down.
That's positive. Get the ball, move the chains on the ground. 1st time all night. Fans were wanting a late hit penalty.
Well, that was a clean hit.
Yeah, I mean, it was momentum that carried him out of bounds. Yeah, well, it wasn't.
That was Peyton Kofer on the hit. Good clean hit. But 1st down Springdale. Back-to-back 1st down for the Bulldogs. And they got a little something going here. Lindsay going to throw again. 3-man rush. He's going to hit Kyler Williams. Complete and out of bounds at the 44. So for the 1st time tonight, the Bulldogs are in Har-Ber Wildcat territory.
Yep. Like I said, when you get Jack in rhythm and you allow him time to get the ball to his playmakers, they can move the football with the best of anybody. The problem is when you get in those 3rd and long situations, and you're just having to try to find something to go right. And now they're in this rhythm, and they've been able to show they can run the ball in this drive. They're in good shape here.
5 catches for Kyler on the night, 49 yards. And here comes Eric Mendez. Eric's going to get North. Boy, is he met. That's Bryce Yates on the tackle. Good, strong tackle.
He made some guys miss, and then Bryce Yates said, sit down.
He cleaned that one up pretty well, but it's going to be enough for a Springdale 1st down. He's going to get a 2-yard pickup out of that. He earned every yard of it. The 1st down for the Bulldogs, 9 minutes to go here. In the 2nd quarter. 35-0 our score. Lindsay again back to pass, looking down the middle. He's got Kyler Williams. Great defensive play. Was not able to hang on there. Bryce Yates having a heck of a night. Great defensive play. Knocked that away from Kyler, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. And Yates is a linebacker. He's getting back there on Kyler's. That's a heck of a job there by the linebacker.
Yeah, Har-Ber runs that 3-4, and those linebackers they're in charge of a lot. You know, they have to cover and help in the run game, and they're very active so far tonight.
Lindsay under pressure, gets the ball out. That was tipped. It's like number 44 on the tip. That's Parker Baugh. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
That's just the pocket breaking down, and Jack had a good route to throw too. ball gets tipped at the line, there's nothing you can do about that.
I don't know who does heights and weights over at Har-Ber, but I'm looking at Bryce Yates with the naked eye here. He's listed at 5'10", 178. No, he's much bigger than that, and he's playing bigger than that tonight.
Most of the time they inflate your total.
Yeah, exactly. He's a lot bigger than 5'10", 178. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Lindsey back to pass again. Here comes a rocket screen to Kyler. Well read there by the Har-Ber defense. Jacob Robertson in on the tackle, along with David Vowell, and that's going to bring up a 4th and long for the Bulldogs at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a textbook how to play that screen there. Kyler's done damage with that play this year so far. And Har-Ber read it the whole way. Now, I mean, it's 4th and 8. I mean, you're definitely going for it. You're down 35 to nothing. You've got nothing to lose.
Zach Clark's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 8:20 to go here in the second quarter. 35-0 our score. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams at Bulldogs Stadium. 8:20 to go here in the second quarter. And although Derek and I do the games for the Bulldogs, I think you and I both recognize that Har-Ber's for real, or as the kids say, for real.
For Rizzle?
Yeah, whatever. They are certainly going to be a contender. And you know this conference as well as anyone. This team stacks up with Fayetteville and Bentonville. Where do you see them?
Well, I mean, we'll find out in the next 2 weeks because Har-Ber goes to, I think, to Bentonville next week, and then they host Fayetteville on the 16th. So we'll find out how for real they are the next 2 weeks. But tonight, yes, they look as good as anybody in the 7A West.
So 4th and 8 for the Bulldogs. Hunter necessary. Nick Parchman to the bottom of the screen. Kyler Williams double covered to the top. They're going to jam him. They got Kyler on a go. Jack under pressure. That's Sam Hall. He throws over the middle. Caught. And I think he's going to be just short. Oh, it's going to be really, really close. Jack hit a check down to Lucky Bandavon. Great catch by Lucky to reach behind, but I think that's going to come up just short. Yep. And they're going to give the ball over to Har-Ber, so good defensive play there by the Wildcats. And Springdale's going to turn it over on downs. A good play by Jack, just couldn't get to the stick. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 8:10 to go here in the second quarter. 35-0 our score.
It's going to be interesting to see what Har-Ber does here with the game so lopsided already.
Well, they're going to throw. Nope, I'm sorry, that's Luke Hannon. Boy, he's got me a couple of times on that play fake. That's Hannon running free to the 40, down to the 30-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. That's Kenny Lane. You can see some of the frustration starting to bubble over on Springdale. Another long gain by Luke Hannon. Down to the 31-yard line of Springdale, and that's going to be a Wildcat first down. Just seems whatever they dial up, it's 8, 10, 12 yards. Here comes the play fake. Chandler with the football. He's going to throw deep. He's got Trey Smith wide open. What a play by Trey Smith. Great catch. I thought Jaden Minshew had gotten to that, but great concentration there by Trey Smith. We've got a penalty flag down in the backfield. I thought Jaden had gotten to it, but fantastic concentration by Trey Smith. And another Har-Ber touchdown, but they're marching back.
Holding, I think, is a call.
Looks like we're going to get a hold. We'll wait for the referee's call, but I thought Jaden was going to get there. He put that hand up, and you've had, you and I have enough trouble catching the ball on our own. Trey Smith with fantastic concentration. Just not going to count on this particular occasion.
Yeah, I already missed my chance to catch the ball.
You did. That was sad.
That was very sad. I'm sorry.
So holding is the call. It's going to be marked back from the 37-yard line against Har-Ber, their first penalty of the evening. And that's a pretty big penalty. It's going to back Har-Ber up all the way back to the 47-yard line and bring up about a 1st and 25. So a break for Springdale. Bullard Chandler in the backfield, Luke Hannon behind him. Smith, Blackston, and Doing Dara, the receivers. And here comes Hannon again. Good strong run, still fighting. Boy, he just does not go down on first contact. He'll get down to, I'm going to mark him at about the 40, looks like the 41-yard line, so he gets a chunk of that yardage back.
Zach, I think you'll like this comparison. I think Luke Hannon reminds me of
Changes number to 39. Yeah, he really does. He's not as fast, or he's faster than he looks. When he gets in the open field, it's just like, he's just striding. He's an easy strider. Here's Luke Chandler back to pass. He's got pressure on him. Eduardo Perez chasing him. He's going to get out of bounds and keep going. That's Fuller Chandler down to the 2-yard line. Looked like he was going to head out of bounds, but keeps going, and another big play for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Springdale defenders thought he was
going to head out of bounds, yeah.
Yep, and then next thing you know, he's running down the sideline. So we got a player hurt down here in the corner.
We've got a Springdale player down while they attend to him. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Welcome you back to Darrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. They're still attending to a Springdale player who is down on the field. He's now up on his feet. We've not gotten the number. Looks like it's Gavin Schmidt. Yep. The starting corner for Springdale. As he's helped off the field, Fuller Chandler just rips off a 39-yard run when it looked like he was going out of bounds. Got a great block and continued up the sidelines. So first and goal for the Wildcats at the 2. And you got to feel like it's probably going to be Luke Hannon time, yes?
Probably. That seems like a smart guy.
So first and goal for the Wildcats. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's Hannon straight ahead. He's going to fight his way maybe for a yard. Good stop there by the Springdale defense. Mason Hutchins, Ever Galdamez making the tackle. So that'll bring up second and goal. As we tick under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 35-0 our score. Just an update on Luke Hannon. 7 carries, 87 yards. Har-Ber's run wild tonight. 17 carries, 187 yards. Just, for the math impaired like me, that's 11 yards a carry. So out of the I formation, Kunkel and Hannon behind Chandler. And they're going to hand it to that man, Hannon, and he is bottled up by the middle of the Springdale defense. Mason Hutchins again, Ever Galdamez. Called those two names on the last play, so Springdale hanging tough down near the goal line. Manny Martinez also in on the tackle. I haven't called his name much tonight. So third and goal for the Bulldogs. Or excuse me, the Wildcats. Sorry, I was looking at the scoreboard.
I think we'll see
the quarterback sneak.
Most likely.
Yep, they're going to turn around. They're going to hand it to Hannon. He's going to launch himself into the end zone for another Har-Ber touchdown. That's his second rushing touchdown on the night. Luke Hannon in from 1 yard out.
And another injured Red Dog.
Got a injured Springdale player. Looks like it's Eduardo Perez. Let's see what happened to Eduardo. I just saw Luke launch himself through the air. But while they attend to him, we'll take a break. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
So we welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Eduardo Perez being helped off the field. 5:35 to go here in the second quarter. 41-0 our score. Jesus Zamumbo coming on to try the extra point after Luke Hannon launched himself in from 1 yard out for another touchdown. And Hannon having himself a heck of a night. 4 scores, 9 carries, 88 yards, 2 catches, 112 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Basically 200 total yards.
I think if we're voting for player of the game, I think we got it. So Zamumbo in to try the extra point. Kicks on the way, and it is no good. Pushed it off to the right. So with 5:35 to go here in the second quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 41, Springdale nothing. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
5:35 to go here in the second quarter. Springdale about to get the football back. J.C. Medina back deep for the Bulldogs. You got any scores from around the conference there, partner?
I do.
What do you got?
We've got Fayetteville 26-0 at half over Fort Smith Southside.
That's the defending champs against the soon-to-be champs. So Zamumbo got it teed up again. And he'll kick it deep. This ball's going to bounce at the 15 and out of bounds.
Got Bentonville up 14-3 at half on Northside.
That's a little maybe a little tighter than we expected.
And the other conference game is Rogers and Rogers Heritage, which I'm not finding a score for yet. Well, I do have a score. The most recent one was Rogers up 14-6 on Heritage.
So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 at the 35. Again, 5:35 to go here in the first half. Jack Lindsay will bring the Bulldogs out. He'll have Lucky Banavong in the backfield with Kyler Williams, Nick Parchman, and Hunter Necessary, the receivers. Dylan Bible in at the tight end spot. And you can see that Har-Ber is giving Kyler Williams all kinds of extra attention. Lucky Banavong on the carry. He's got a little room up the middle. And Lucky's going to spin his way up to the 47-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Springdale first down.
Now, Lucky had to juke the ref out a little bit. The ref was right in the middle of that run.
And Springdale's fighting everything, including the ref. So a first down for the Bulldogs. And you can see on the screen here that they are guarding Kyler Williams with 2 players. First one to jam him, the second one to play him. And that's Lucky Banavong lowering his shoulder. They'll pick up another Springdale first down. Blaze Brothers on the tackle for the Wildcats. So if you're gonna, I guess, spend one extra body out on the far side, you might as well take advantage of it, correct?
Yep.
The Bulldogs into Wildcat territory for the second time tonight. And
we're going to get him for jumping.
I think we're going to get a penalty flag.
Sam Hall jump.
It's the third time tonight that Jack's got them with the hard count. This one's the first one that's going to count as far as penalty goes. So offsides, the call against Har-Ber. And that'll give Springdale a free 5 yards. Down to just inside the 35-yard line. And that'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs. .440 to go here in the first half. 41-0 our score. Here comes Lucky again. 3 straight carries for Lucky. And he's going to get down close to the first down, just shy of the 30-yard line. Mark him down at the 32. That's going to bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 2. And this is by far Springdale's deepest penetration. Lindsey back to pass. Har-Ber with the blitz. They beat it. That's Lucky Bannabong down the sideline. Lucky is going to get down close to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be enough for another Springdale first down.
Yeah, the question here is, can they convert into points? But we have a flag back at the 26.
So we'll wait to see what the flag is. Springdale backing up. Both teams backing up, so that's never a good sign.
Don't know who the penalty's on.
And it looks like the ref's going to go over to talk to the Har-Ber coaching staff. Yep, we've got a personal foul against Har-Ber, so the play's going to stand. And it's going to put the ball at the 9-yard line. So the yardage will be tacked on to the end of the play. And that's going to be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. So Springdale
knocking on the door.
3:57 to go here in the first half. Okay, Big Cam Dickerson back into the lineup. Here comes Eric Mendez, and he's going to be stacked up in the backfield. Too many names to call there. Sam Hall in on the stop. David Vowell. There were a bunch of Wildcats in the backfield before that play ever got started. So the ball's going to be marked back. It's like about the 14-yard line, so that's going to be about a 5-yard loss. .328, 3:27, 3:26 to go here in the second quarter. Jack Lindsey with Kyler Williams now in motion out of the backfield. Lindsey going to throw. Got good protection. He's going to fire down the middle. There's Cam Dickerson, and in and out of his hands, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long again for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Cam's got to haul that one in. Get down there inside the 5.
So 3rd and goal for Springdale. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Har-Ber hurting itself with penalties here in the second quarter. 4 now for 31 yards.
Definitely aided this drive.
Springdale 3 out of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Lindsey back to pass. He's got time. He's going to fire down the middle. Big hit on Kyler Williams. That's Jacob Robertson. That pass is going to fall incomplete. And we'll wait to see what Zach Clark wants to do. Looks like he's going to send out the field goal unit.
Springdale coaches were upset. I think they wanted a personal foul on Har-Ber after the play. Kyler got hit after he was hit, and then he got hit late after the play by another defender, and nothing was called.
So Batista on to try a 30-yard field goal. Snaps down, kicks on the way. And it is good. So with 3:04 to go here in the second quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 41, Springdale 3. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here, even here, and definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
So we welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. 3:04 to go here in the second quarter. John Batista with a 30-yard field goal. Now 4 out of 5 on the year for John. That's going to cut into Har-Ber's lead, making it 41-3. And for the first time tonight, or I guess the second time if you count the opening kickoff, for the first time since the opening kickoff, Batista will tee it up. Back deep, Duangdara, Trey Smith, and Blackston for the Wildcats. You don't want to think too far ahead here, but if you can get a stop, you get the ball first to start the second half, maybe you can gain some momentum here. It's certainly a long climb back for the Bulldogs, but every comeback starts somewhere, right?
It does. These kids, these Springdale kids, they're not going to quit. They haven't quit all season, and even though they're down 38 right now, they're not going to throw in the towel by any means, especially against their rival.
Noah Hayward's going to take the kickoff at the 25-yard line. He's got some room. And he ran a good ways and gained a yard. So after all of that, Noah Hayward and his 1-yard return will get Har-Ber up to the 26-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Really hasn't mattered much where they've started tonight. They pretty much had their way here in the first half. 387 yards of total offense. I mean, incredibly balanced. 188 yards on the ground, 199 through the air.
Yeah, I think Har-Ber's going to probably try to go down here and punch one more in before the half and give themselves a chance in the second half probably just to play reserves and get some guys some conference minutes.
That's Kunkel in motion. They're going to hand the ball to Hannon. He's got the corner. Good tackle there by Stone Ben. Luke Hannon going to get about, we'll give him 3 on that. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. So we tick under 2:30 to go here in the first half. Har-Ber not in a hurry here. I know that they've got big plays at their disposal, but not really in a hurry to drive down the field here. Here's Hannon again, and he is into the secondary. Luke Hannon going to get first down yardage out to the 37, and that is another Har-Ber first down. Updating Hannon's totals now. 11 carries, 99 yards, 2 scores. Heck of a night for the young man. 9 yards per carry.
Only a junior, too. He's got another year to terrorize the.
That's great news. That's great. If you're wearing powder blue, Carolina blue, that's great news. If you're wearing red or black or purple, that's not such good news. Nope, here he comes. Well read there by Sam Robinson. Not fooled at all. And a good stop there on the big running back from Har-Ber.
Yeah, that was a delayed handoff there where he was trying to kind of, I think, maybe catch Springdale sleeping on their defensive line, and they actually did a really good job of sniffing that out.
Yeah, the misdirection plays worked very well for Har-Ber tonight. They've had the shovel pass for a big play. They've run the flea flicker. They pretty much had their way with whatever they want to do, but that one sniffed out by Sam Robinson. Now 1:20 to go here in the second quarter. That is Trey Smith in motion. They're going to give it to him. Smith's got a hole, and he'll be brought down by Jaden Minshew out at about the 43-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. So far tonight, Har-Ber very, very efficient on 3rd downs, 3 out of 3. It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. Be interesting to see if they just elect to run this or if they try to go through the air. I mean, 3rd and 4, you could probably get it running, but they might decide to go through the air.
40 seconds to go here in the first half. For Chandler, the quarterback, he's going to give it to Hannon. Hannon's going to get very close to the first down. He's dropped at about the 46. Jaden Minshew again on the tackle. And that is going to bring up about 4th and 2. So the Springdale defense gets a stop. And not a very easy one on Mr. Hannon either.
I think both teams are just going to elect to run the half out.
So with 10 seconds to go here in the first half, Har-Ber's going to take it to the locker room. Our halftime score, Har-Ber 41, Springdale 3. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities. You'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
We welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium here on the campus of Springdale High School. Our halftime score, Har-Ber 41, Springdale 3. We're waiting the Har-Ber High School Band, which we will feature at halftime, as well as the Springdale High School Band. So we're going to send it down to the field. Derek and I will be back at the end of halftime with some stats and analysis. Enjoy the bands, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, taking pride in excellence,
the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Jeremy Ford, C.J. Morris, Chris Church, Omar Alonso, and April Shelby, and is led on the field by drum majors Madison McGinn, Emily Potts, and Taylor Johnson. Our color guard is coordinated by Ben.
This year's lesson collection is entitled The Planets. The composition is inspired by William the Fire, written by one of the composers, two songs. Tonight we will perform Mars, The Real Door, Venus, The Goddess of Beauty, and Fiction of Cupid, the King of the West.
And now, taking pride in excellence,
the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. And there they are, the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat marching band. The teaching staff of Har-Ber High School would like to thank Dr. Jim Rollins and the administration of Springdale Public Schools for their strategic support of the arts in our classrooms. We invite you to remain seated as the Springdale High School Band prepares for your halftime entertainment. The Springdale High School Band introduces the musical scene. The first rock band formed in London in 1970. By the early 1980s, Spring is one of the biggest stadium rock bands in the world. Tonight we open with a medley of their hits which include We Will Rock You, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Another One Bites the Dust. And now, under the field direction of drum major Pop Dart, Jacob Park, Teddy Stair, and Ethan Allen, music in motion by the Springdale High School Marching Bulldog Band. The game is close to performances. It's crazy little things like love.
You've been watching the Springdale Bulldog halftime show. Derek and I will be back with some stats and analysis coming up shortly. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
And we welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Got about 30 seconds here before they're going to get ready to start the second half. 41-3 our score. Har-Ber pretty much dominated the entire first half. I mean, there's no other word for it.
Yeah, total domination. And if not for the John Batista field goal, they wouldn't have scored. So really the second half, it's all going to be about Springdale just basically trying to, get some reps and try to, finish strong. And, Har-Ber is just going to – really, I think both teams are just going to want to try to avoid injuries. When the game's pretty much been decided, that we're going to have a running clock, really it's just going to be, whether, just finish the game out and play as hard as you can for these last, 24 minutes.
Har-Ber, 406 yards of total offense there in the first half. Springdale just 128. I mean, that's, in a nutshell, that's pretty much your ball game. Just some individual numbers to run past you. Luke Hannon, 13 carries, 101 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns. He was really the difference of the ball game. He's got 3 catches for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I mean, he's been the dominant player. Fuller Chandler in his return back to Bulldog Stadium, a nice night going on. 7 out of 8, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns to Hannon. And then you look at the Har-Ber defense, which has been just terrific, giving up about 3.5 yards per play. The 1 turnover really got the momentum going, and where we are at 41-3.
Yep. And now Springdale's going to get the ball to start second half. Really, the goal is just going to be to try to get on the board first and try to get some positive momentum in this game, because Har-Ber seized it early and just hasn't really let go. So if Springdale can get something to go right, maybe make this 41-10, just get some positives out of it.
Well, we're about ready to start the second half. I feel like I've called Jesus Amumbo's name so many times he should invite me over for lunch. Jesus Amumbo about set to get the second half underway. He'll kick off back deep for the Bulldogs. J.C. Medina, Kyler Williams, and Jaden Minshew. As we get set to go, 41-3 our score. Again, there will be a running clock here in the second half. And we'll see what Zach Clark and the Bulldogs came up with here at halftime. The ball's going to come back to J.C. Medina. Ball's fumbled, and Har-Ber has recovered the kickoff. So some confusion between J.C. and Kyler, and Har-Ber's going to recover the kickoff, and looks like they're going to mark it at about the 12-yard line, so certainly not the start that Zach Clark wanted to see out of his football team.
Yeah, I'm also kind of wondering why the clock isn't running, because that's the rule, but I guess maybe since it was a
change of possession, it does stop. So
right.
Well, not a great start for the Bulldogs. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 12. Got a new quarterback in for Har-Ber. That is number 13, Aaron Harrington. We'll see how.
I think it's Hennington.
Hennington, sorry. I have terrible eyesight, and quite honestly, it looked like an R, but you're right. It is Hennington. I apologize. So Hennington's going to give straight ahead, and that's doing Dara. He'll get down to about the 6-yard line, so that's going to be a 6-yard pickup. And will be second, and we'll call it 4. Dara putting together a nice night. It's his 5th carry for 39 yards, and he does have the touchdown in the first half. So second down for the Wildcats. Again, Dara inside the 5-yard line. And looks like he'll be marked down at about the 2-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Har-Ber first down. $10:35 to go here in the third quarter. I think you've run it twice here with Dara. He's got to get the ball again, correct? Here he comes, straight up the middle. He's going to walk into the end zone for another Har-Ber touchdown. That's going to push the score to 47-3. So Mumbo will come on to try the extra point. Trey Smith will hold. And snap is down, the kick's on the way, and it is good. So with 10:18 to go in the third quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 48, Springdale 3. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Welcome back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, 10:18 to go. Third quarter, 48-3 our score. Derek digging deep into the stat machine. What do you got for me?
Well, this is the most points either team has ever scored in the Har-Ber Springdale series. The most that had ever been scored was Har-Ber in 2010. They scored 46, and that was a team that had Bray Cook and I think Gordon Welch at running back. So, you know, they scored 46, but they gave up 27 that year. So this is the most points anybody's ever scored in one game in the Har-Ber Springdale series.
So Mumbo's kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. That Springdale will take over at the 20-yard line. So not a dazzling start here for the Bulldogs in the second half. Just kind of a continuation of the first half for Har-Ber. So Jack Lindsay will bring the Bulldogs out. And they had something going there on their last drive of the first half, just stalled inside the 20-yard line, got a field goal out of it, so we'll see how much they continue here. Lindsay going to turn and give to Lucky Banavong. Lucky's going to skate his way up to about the 23-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 3. Bring up a 2nd and 7 for Springdale. Tackle on the play was by number 38, Bryce Yates. So 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Clock running with 9:30 to go. Jack Lindsay with a play fake. Being chased, gets rid of the football. There's Cam Dickerson. He'll break a tackle. Big Cam will fight his way out to about the 28-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. Good elusiveness there by Jack. And nice effort by Cam to fight his way up to about the 28.
Yeah, Cam's had a pretty good night. I mean, he's been targeted quite a bit. He's kind of slow to come off. I think he might have hurt himself a little bit on that, trying to drag about 4 or 5 defenders after that catch.
3rd catch on the night for Cam, 15 yards. 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. Quick fake. Jack's going to throw. Dangerous throw to Hunter necessary, and they're going to come up short. Hunter's first catch of the night. It's going to be about a yard gain, and that's going to bring up 4th and 1. You got to think. I guess play it safe, better safe than sorry, I guess. They're going to bring on the punting team.
Yeah, I mean, if you give them the ball, I mean, if you don't convert, you give them the ball at 29. I mean, that's basically just gift wrapping points.
So Dylan Sizemore in to punt for the Bulldogs. Nobody back deep for Har-Ber. They're expecting a fake here. Dylan kicks it good. End over end kicks. Going to bounce at the 42. Take a Springdale roll. And will stop dead at the 25. And that's where the Wildcats will take over. Clock continues to run here. Again, second half, Arkansas rules. State with a 35-point lead. The clock will continue to run. We are at 7 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pennington will bring out the offense for Har-Ber, and they are going deep into the bench tonight, virtually rendering my my board completely useless. Doing Dara, the running back. He will get the carry straight ahead. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Sam Robinson on the stop, and I've checked that. That is number 15 carrying the ball, James Haley. So we've got we're going deeper into the bench for the Wildcats. He's not going to get anything out of that. Again, Sam Robinson on the stop. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. And, you know, I guess, you know, we were talking about it at halftime. I mean, when you really look at where these teams are, Har-Ber and Bentonville and Fayetteville, they've certainly separated themselves. Southside with a tough loss last week. Northside, you know, we're not sure where they are, but, you know, we're pretty sure about the first 3.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's been in this conference for a long time. I mean, Fayetteville and Bentonville have been the class of it for the last 5 years. Har-Ber had that stretch from like 07 to 2010, 2011, where they were very much a contender. They won a state championship in 2009. I've watched all those Har-Ber teams that were really good in that stretch. This team offensively looks as good as them. Defensively, I don't know, because they really haven't been tested tonight by Springdale in terms of, you know, Springdale really kind of hurt themselves, and really it kind of got taken out of their game early. So I don't know what Har-Ber is like on defense when you have to play an offense that can really put up points. They've played Rogers High and Springdale, you know, through 2 weeks.
That was James Haley on the carry, and the carry prior to that. Springdale's going to get a 3 and out here, get the football back. For the first time tonight, we'll see the Har-Ber punt unit. But it's, you know, the race is certainly going to be interesting among the 3 teams, and really among the, you know, we were talking about last week, 6 teams are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see that seeding 4 through 6.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got Northside, Southside, Springdale, and probably the winner of tonight's Rogers Heritage game fighting for those 3 spots, 4 through 6. So, I mean, really it's going to come down to, you know, can you protect your home field? And, you know, and obviously Springdale is going to take a loss here tonight on their home field to Har-Ber, but they're going to have another chance next week against Fayetteville. They'll have a chance against Northside at home, and then they host Rogers High in the regular season finale. So they're going to have chances to defend their home field throughout, you know, the rest of the way. So, you know, this is a tough loss, you know, to swallow for Springdale, but the good thing is the sun will come up tomorrow, and, you know, they'll be able to look at the film and see what they need to do to get back on the right track.
Lucky Banavong on the carry. He's going to get a couple. He knocked down just short of the 40-yard line. Give him 3 on that carry. Lucky actually putting together kind of a productive night here. 9 carries, 52 yards, 5.8 average. But overall, Springdale's really struggled to run the football tonight. 15 carries for just 41 yards. Factored into that was the sack and fumble in the first half. But, you know, overall, you know, lots to like about Har-Ber. I think they're certainly going to be a contender. That's a pass complete to Hunter Henry. Great concentration by the wide receiver.
No, this isn't Arkansas and Tennessee. That's tomorrow night. You said Hunter Henry.
I'm sorry.
You got caught saying Hunter Henry.
Sorry, Hunter Necessary. Gosh, what am I doing? I should just hand over my headphones and go home now. What am I doing?
He played
Hunter Necessary with the catch. A great catch, a juggling catch. And, I'm zoned out on that one. So that's 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Lucky Banabong, a little jump step. He's going to get first down yardage up to about the 48. So Springdale gets first down and gets moving again. I don't know where I came up with that one.
Well, I mean, Hunter Henry's a good player. I mean, you might have just had him on the mind thinking about that Hogs and Balls game tomorrow night.
Must be what I was doing. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 3:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jack Lindsay with a pitch out to Eric Mendez. He's going to get to the corner. Eric's going to get good yardage. They're going to knock him down at the 44-yard line of Har-Ber. That's a productive run by the Springdale running back. 6 carries and 10 yards on the ground for Eric. He's really struggled. You know, it's either hit or miss with him. He had 2 touchdowns last week against Rogers Heritage. Just can't seem to find the running room tonight.
Yeah, Lucky's had some good holes, but when Eric's come in, it's kind of tightened up. Who's going to get a
Here
first?
Comes Eric. Eric, good running room over the left side, and he'll get down to just shy of the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Springdale first down.
I don't know. I can't tell how many backups Har-Ber has in on D.
They have emptied the bench.
Yeah, I see big old Riley Bean. He played a lot in the first half, but other than that, I think this is very much a reserve unit.
Yeah, I just looked up at the starting offensive board that I have. That's been rendered absolutely useless. Got a fumble on the snap. Jack Lindsay running. Jack's going to cut up and get what he can. And Jack Lindsay's going to wind up losing about 5 yards, maybe 6. Just a tough night there for Jack running the football. So the ball's going to be marked back at the 42-yard line. We'll call it a 6-yard loss. That's going to bring up, we'll call it 2nd and 16. Necessary and Nick Parchman on the wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Lindsay with time. He's got pressure coming. Jack's going to try and get something out of it, but he is chased down from behind.
Riley Bean.
Was it 96 or was it 84?
I think it was 96.
Okay.
With an assist by.
Yep, we'll give it to Riley Bean.
Jared Newsom.
Riley Bean with the sack. It's a loss of about a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Screen set up. It's Eric Mendez on the catch. Eric's got some room. He's down to the 30. Eric Mendez still fighting all the way down to the 25-yard line, and I believe that's going to be enough for a Springdale first down.
Oh, absolutely going to be enough.
Nice little slip screen there to Eric Mendez. Tackle on the play. If the young man would turn towards me just a bit. Boy, those numbers are getting harder to read. Looks like it was Newsom again on the tackle.
Yeah, this play will be the last of the 3rd.
Yep, under 20 seconds to go as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's Mendez on the carry into the 2nd level. Eric Mendez, nice moves. And he will get down to the 11-yard line. And as you said, that is going to bring the 3rd quarter to a close. So Springdale will pick up the first down. As we close the 3rd quarter, our score, Har-Ber 48, Springdale 3. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
As we get set to start the fourth quarter, Springdale has the ball at the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Springdale's had one other drive inside the 20-yard line, and that led to a John Batista field goal. You have any other scores from around the conference there, my friends?
I do. Fayetteville is up 39-14 on Fort Smith Southside late in the third quarter. I'm trying to find the Rogers Heritage most recent score. Rogers High is up 28-6 late third on Heritage. And then try to find
that tricky triple option.
And then in the Bentonville Northside game, it's Bentonville 21-10, middle of the fourth. So the Tigers trying to get a solid road win on the north side of the fort.
Low snap again. Here's Eric Mendez, still fighting, and he's going to get virtually nothing out of that. The snaps have been a little bit low here in the second half.
They still haven't started the clock for and now they do. They're just a little bit late on it.
So 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line. Mendez still in the backfield with Jack Lindsay. Jack with a play fake. He's looking. He'll try and make something out of nothing. He throws it into the end zone. Dangerous throw. Closest player to it is a Har-Ber defender.
He's trying to find Hunter Necessary, but let him a little too high, and he threw it down there in the Springdale band, trying to get back to their seats still after halftime.
Nico Franco on the break up there for the Wildcats. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. And one of the things that we are seeing here from Coach Clark here in the fourth quarter, Kyler Williams not on the field.
Yeah, you don't want to get him hurt. I mean, he's going to be a huge part of the rest of this season. And really the goal that both coaches have right now is not get anybody injured.
Jack Lindsay's got Hunter Necessary wide open for the touchdown. Hunter Necessary connects, or Jack Lindsay connects with Hunter Necessary from 11 yards out, and that is Springdale's first touchdown of the night from 11 yards.
Yep, chance to get into double digits here with the extra point, or they could go for 2.
Zach Clark will take a look at the formation here, see what they come up with. They're going to elect to kick the extra point. John Batista in to try. We've got a late player running on here, Mason Hutchins, running on late for the Bulldogs. Batista's kick on the way, and good. So, with 9:52 to go here in the fourth quarter, our new score, Har-Ber 48, Springdale 10. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
We welcome you back to Springdale, Arkansas. 9:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. 48-10 our score. Har-Ber gets a fumble on the opening kickoff, punches it in from 11 yards out, and since then, Springdale's played pretty well. But obviously against second and third team guys here for the Wildcats. But you got to take your hat off to Har-Ber. They did a heck of a job tonight. They are for real. They are certainly at least they look the part of title contender.
Yeah, Har-Ber's going to do a lot of damage this year. The question they'll find out for the next 2 weeks though how serious of a contender they're going to be. They go to Bentonville next week, and then they host the Fayetteville Bulldogs. So they're going to go into that game 4-1, 2-0 in the 7A West.
John Batista puts the ball into the end zone. That's a touchback, and Har-Ber will take over at the 20-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, running clock because of the score. You get to 35 points, running clock, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Clock started by the referee, and still in a quarterback for Har-Ber is Aaron Hennington, 5'11", 159-pound junior. Gives straight up the middle. He's met by the bulk of the Springdale defense. Sam Robinson in there. Hank Hickman. Ever Galdamez. That was on the carry, number 28, Trevor Dobson. So that'll bring up 2nd and 11. Back at the 19-yard line. You'll still see a number of first-team players for the Bulldogs out there just getting reps. That's Dobson again with a nice run up to, it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 24-yard line.
This kind of action that we're seeing right now, here late in the game, this is the stuff that, the fans are probably bored by. They're like, can we get this game over? Coaches love it because this is where you see what kids quit, what kids are going to give maximum effort when the game's already decided. A lot of character is built in losses like this. And you'll either see kids lay down or kids, stay fighting and stay competing.
Hennington back to pass. He is sacked by number 97, Manny Martinez. So another play made there by Springdale's defensive end, and that's going to be 3 and out for the Bulldogs. Or excuse me, the Wildcats. Boy, it's getting late, past my bedtime.
Well, this is going to be the earliest.
That's true. That's true.
We've been done with the game this year. I mean, Springdale's had a lot of games this year that have gone well past 10 o'clock.
7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. And, you talk about, playing the young guys. At Springdale, they're all young guys. Most of your young guys are, in the 2 deep. The Mumbo's punt, angling out of bounds, hits the 40-yard line. So Springdale will get pretty good field position out of this at the 41, and we'll see if Springdale can put together another drive.
Yeah, I mean, you can at least make this score respectable. You get a touchdown here and then maybe recover an onside kick. You could make this a, 48-17, 48-20, 48-24 final and make it look a lot better than it was.
Well, it's like we said at the beginning. I mean, Springdale, they have played from opening gun to end, to the end of the game. They've played every down as hard as they possibly can, and there's not a lot of give up in this team. They're going to be competitive. It's just going to take some time, and they got to put all 4 quarters together. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Under 7 minutes to go. Here comes a pitch back to Lucky Banavong. Lucky's not going to get much. Looks like Riley Bean was in there again. I'll give him about a yard on that play. So next week, we'll start with Springdale. They get a home game as the Purple Dogs come to town.
I'll have to check the math on it. It'll be the 100 and something Battle of the Bulldogs. I have a friend that has the entire history of that series that I'm going to try to get this week.
We're going to need to get our hands on that one. That's a rivalry steeped in tradition and one that Coach Zach Clark is very, very familiar with. There's Lucky Banavong. He'll get a couple yards. We'll call it 5 down to the 35-yard line. And, it'll be another very tall task for these Bulldogs, but we'll see how they come out of it. Now, next week, we get kind of an elimination game with Har-Ber.
Yeah, Har-Ber will travel to Bentonville, I believe. Yes. The Tigers will host the Wildcats, and that's always – the Har-Ber-Bentonville games are always just four-quarter slobber knockers. And
Lindsey going deep for Dylan Bible. Dylan says he has it. We've got a discussion on the sidelines. They're going to say Dylan Bible with the catch. Now the side judge comes in and waves it off. So thought one had said he caught it. The other one says out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Bulldogs. Yeah, that game next week, it's the first of a 3-game round robin between those 3 teams. And, you got to figure Har-Ber's going to have as good a chance as anybody to go into Bentonville and get a win.
Oh, yeah. They'll go up there. They won't be intimidated at all by Bentonville. And, when you play the non-conference schedule they did, like Webb City, and, Bentonville played KC Rockhurst too, only beat them 24-13 on the road. And then Har-Ber played them and beat them 49-21 at home. So, you can't compare scores necessarily, but if you look at it from that perspective, it seems like Har-Ber will have an absolute great chance to beat Bentonville next week and hand the Tigers their first loss, because I'm trying to look. I think Bentonville's going to pull it out at Northside.
Lindsey's pass for Hunter Necessary incomplete. Springdale turn over the ball on downs. Now we start to see Zach Clark put in some younger guys. Garrett Vaught is in. Eduardo Perez, after injuring himself there in the first half, now back in. Hank Hickman's in. And we've got a new quarterback in for the Wildcats. It's number 11, Brady Duggar. His pass complete on the far side, I believe. That was number 31 with the reception. It's hard to tell from exactly where we are.
Yeah, the Bentonville Northside game just went final, 21-10 Tigers. So Tigers will be 5-0 next week, hosting these 4-1 Har-Ber Wildcats. That'll be the game of the week in the 7A.
3:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Har-Ber gets a first down out to the 46-yard line, and I think after the excitement of last week, getting that monkey off your back, to come back in and have this happen, it's not necessarily disheartening for the Bulldogs, but certainly not the outcome that they envisioned when they took the field today.
Yeah, you went into this game wanting to win it. You want to beat your crosstown rival. You want to have bragging rights in the town. On the hype video, they said we take back our town. They haven't beaten Har-Ber since 2006. These kids were probably in 2nd, 3rd grade the last time Springdale beat Har-Ber. So, they wanted to come out and win, and I don't think maybe Springdale didn't realize how good Har-Ber is. Har-Ber had a really bad year by their standards last year. Went 3-8, lost in the first round of the playoffs. But they've bounced back, and it's going to be a very interesting conference race, like we've been saying.
Duggar's pass incomplete, 2nd and 10. We're closing in on 2 minutes here. This is Dobson on the carry. Good tackle over there by Springdale's, I believe that's Ever Galdamez. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. Our score 48-10, under 2 minutes to go here.
Fayetteville now at 53-14 on Fort Smith Southside.
It's worth mentioning that a young man has gotten into the game tonight here. He's playing cornerback here at the bottom of your screen, number 24, Marshawn Wilson. Marshawn's been out injured for most of the year, most of the fall, the spring, the fall, and now he's finally, at least, appears to be back and healthy. So he's a guy that Springdale will look to later on this year. Another carry there by Dobson. Not much on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 as we close in on a minute to go here in the 4th quarter. Har-Ber going to go for it. Haley's in the backfield with Duggar. Haley's going to get the carry. He's going to get the first down. They're going to mark him down at the 29. So James Haley with the carry will get the first down for the Wildcats, and that should about seal the deal. And then we do have a flag down on the play. Face mask called against Springdale. So that will take the ball inside the 20-yard line. Nope, they're going to call it the 5-yard variety. I didn't realize that they did that anymore, the 5 and the 15-yard varieties. But this one just the 5, so the ball will go down to the 26. And that will be a first down for the Wildcats. Duggar's going to take a knee. Clock now at 35, 34, 33 seconds to go. And one more kneel down should bring us to the end of the ball game. Nope, that's going to do it. So the clock's going to run down on this edition of the crosstown rivalry between Har-Ber and Springdale. Your final score, the Har-Ber Wildcats 48, Springdale 10. Derek and I will be back after these messages to wrap it up. You're watching Springdale Public Schools football on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
Youthbridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by Youthbridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
Youthbridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities. You'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank, only in Arkansas.
We welcome you back to Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. Our final score tonight, Har-Ber 48, Springdale 10. And I know you and I vote on players of the game here, and I think it's pretty obvious. We're going to go with Luke Hannon tonight. Any objections?
Nope, none for me.
13 carries, 101 yards for Luke tonight. 2 touchdowns, had a big night receiving as well. 3 catches for 148 yards as well as 2 touchdowns. Really, the story of the night was just the Har-Ber offense. 453 yards total offense tonight. Most of that coming in the first half. Springdale just couldn't get anything going offensively. 207 yards for them. And as we spin this forward here, well, first, we talked a little bit about Har-Ber's showdown next week. They obviously, by virtue of what we saw here tonight, definitely a contender, and they'll be a team to keep an eye on here. As far as Springdale goes, you ran into a really, really good football team, and it doesn't get any easier next week.
Oh, no, yeah, next week. I don't know if Zach even wants to watch the film on what Fable's bringing to town next week.
It's they scored again here on North Side, so it's getting ugly down at Fort Smith tonight. But for those of you that are regular viewers of the Wildcat Sports Network, Donald Tucker and Blake Tucker will be back next week to bring you your game. Derek and I, we will be right here at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium as Fayetteville comes to town for the Battle of the Dogs. Anything left? Anything else?
I was glad to see Springdale, come out in the second half and get a touchdown drive and not give up and not lay down. And I think Zach will like that. And he'll like that they showed character and never gave up. And these kids will come back and they'll be fine. I mean, next week they're gonna play probably the most talented team in the state, but that's fine. They've already played a lot of talented teams this year. They're not going to come in intimidated. And I think Zach will do a good job. Zach knows Fable better than probably anybody.
Yeah, he knows them better than just about anybody.
So he'll have a good idea what they're going to try to do. But, just try to bounce back and do what you can. You're still in the hunt for a playoff berth. You're only 1-1. So, a lot of positives to take. At least you didn't get shut out.
Yeah, they fought all the way to the end. So, for Derek Oxford, Joshua Marshall, Travis, you're coming with us next week. We like having you around. For Travis Sherman, Courtney Mansell, and we're just going to call Seth one name. And you, Evan. We'll even thank Evan for sticking around tonight. I am Zach Arns. We appreciate you guys watching. Once again, your final score, Har-Ber 48, Springdale 10. Have a good night, everybody.